Welcome into the Cam and Strick podcast, episode number 100.
Fuck, who's number 100?
It's the century mark.
Who's number 100? Let me think.
Yeah, you keep thinking about that.
If you're a fucking player that's like, okay, I'm really good. I'm 12 years old. You know what? Never mind 99 or 66. I'm going to be 100. Never mind 0, 66, or 99. I'm going to be 100.
Not
I'm
funny.
A fucking douchebag.
It's not funny. No one's ever 100.
Okay, I'm just saying. If you are, you're a douchebag.
But you want
right?
to know what 100... No, you can't, because they don't allow three numbers.
But if
you know what 100 would be?
What?
00. 00 is not 0. It's actually 100 if I'm correct on that.
No one knows what you think, and that doesn't even matter. The point is, if you're a kid that's like, I want to be fucking 99. You can't get 99. Fine, I want to be 00. I don't like you.
No, that's a terrible number, too.
I don't like you. You're not good enough.
Robert Parrish is like the only...
You're not good enough.
00.
You got to be in the NBA or fucking something to be 00 or like a fucking goalie.
Some goalies in the past may have been 00.
Yeah, Patrick Waugh, he didn't want to.
No, he was
fuck
31.
You. How are you going to do that then?
You
be
can't.
something.
You can't.
Okay, cool. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're not doing that. That's the point. You just can't do it.
Then don't do it.
No, you just can't do it.
But if they did, though, can I chirp them a little bit?
Yeah, you can chirp them all you want.
Just let me know, Andy, when it happens.
Okay, we'll let you know, because that's never going to happen.
Well, just if it does, let me know, and then we'll talk about it. It's all good. It's all good. I gotta beat the kid a little bit, although I'll probably pump him up afterwards and build his confidence back up.
Yeah,
like I always do.
That's important to do.
Well, I know, but I need to let him know that don't be a fuck. Let me build your confidence back up. Get 16, not even 16 actually. That's holy. Get 14. Give a shit. Jeff Courtnall. Fuck, never mind. Get 3.
Numbers are really important. Like you need to have a good number. Like 55 was.
What's your number? 00?
No, it was number 9.
Oh yeah,
I was sick too. Going down the right wing.
You were so fucking good. You were so fucking
55, I think, was a terrible number. I think 25 was a good number.
Thanks, Andy.
Why didn't you keep 25?
Because
did they gave you like a training camp number when you got to St. Louis?
Listen, when I went there, they asked me what my number was.
Well, they say Herb Ragland wore that. We're not giving it out.
No.
You can't wear 25.
If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you, motherfucker.
Pascal Rayome.
If you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna fucking tell you.
Go ahead.
So shut the fuck up.
What you got?
Chaser goes, wear 39. And I go, fuck no.
Oh, he wanted you to.
He wanted me to wear 39. And I know he's listening, and you did say that to me. And I go, no, I want to be myself. And so I picked 55 because Christian Backman had that, and no one gives a fuck about him, although probably a good guy. But I picked 55.
Really good guy.
Real good guy.
We just had a listener, by the way,
then Colin Parayko
in Sweden who says, hey, Christian Backman says hello. Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
You don't remember me telling you that?
Oh.
Your memory. I feel like... Who you like?
Well, tell him I said hi then.
You're like...
well, because I don't want to chirp him, and he says hi to me, then I'm a dick. And I'm like,
Thomas Hearns or something, like one of those boxers who have
really?
like no
tell him I said hi.
I just said that.
Tell him I stole his number and I made it better.
So everyone would say it's Bachman, not Backman.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's not.
It doesn't matter.
It's Backman.
Okay.
You come over here and play, it's Backman. I don't like saying Bachman, but I liked him. He was a former first-round pick, and everyone hated him.
Oh,
everyone hated him.
Yeah, okay.
You know, he didn't.
Well,
play
that's why I picked 55.
Play with any real confidence.
That's why
he was good in the Olympics. Though, won a gold medal for Team Sweden.
Good for him.
And had a role on the team.
If he texted me and said, "Hey Cam, I'm sorry about chirping you. I just took your number," and I was like, that's fitting for me. I look like a linebacker. I play like a linebacker, which makes a ton of sense because they have no hands.
Listen, I pulled my groin yesterday.
Oh,
I don't know if
you!
I don't know
if you don't even have a fucking groin.
I don't know if it's a tear.
No, I don't
know if it's a strain. I don't know if it's a pull, but it is.
I don't give a fuck about your stupid ass groin.
I've had to ice it. I took some ibuprofen.
Do you have a groin?
A couple of them, apparently.
Do you have one?
I've never pulled a groin.
What'd you do? Were you toe dragging somebody?
No, I actually.
Were you fucking backjacking?
Cross-eyes pass, Andy McDonald to me, and I just came off the bench. So I think I read about groin pulls last night.
What'd they say, Andy? What'd they say when you read about it? Let me know.
So when your body's not doing anything, and then all of a sudden you quickly do something with it, and then it could like shock your system. It shocks your groin, and so my groin got a little bit shocked, and and so I had to pull up. You know, like
fucking unbelievable.
You ever see like a base runner?
You know what?
Who's
you're a
running
fucking
second,
warrior,
and they got to pull up because they're groin.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me,
dude. You're a fucking warrior. You know what? I'm getting. Hold on, let me look at my phone.
Last
real quick.
shift of the game.
Everybody's like, "Oh wow, hey Cam, remind Andy, your buddy, who's not supposed to be out here with you when you're not out here. Say, is he okay? His groin got pulled because we all are really worried about him." That's what somebody texted me right now. And then they said, "Never mind, we don't give a motherfuck what he does."
That's not true.
No one cares about your stupid fucking groin. My groin fucking hurts too.
No.
In the case your groin hurts, no one gives a fuck.
The fact that I'm even here right now, okay, is really honestly.
You're making money.
No, I mean it just shows the warrior mentality.
You want the kids to have an imaginary Christmas? For fuck's sakes.
Hey, it's just the
here.
warrior mentality that I'm bringing.
You're not allowed to go there without me, by the way. You're not allowed to skate without me.
You haven't been there in a month.
Yeah, well, I'm selling my house.
So you're done.
No, done?
Well, you haven't been there.
Is Steiner taking my fucking
I may
stall?
take your stall. Oh, Steiner might.
Steiner might take. Everybody's like, Cameron, you haven't been out here in a long time. Steiner's taking her. I go, Steiner can't even stand up. Why do you think he retired? You think he's going to take my stall in the alumni room? You're crazy. He's chilling. He's got 50 in the bank. He might work for the Blues, I'll tell you that. J-Bo and Steiner.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll guarantee on that.
I could see J-Bo doing it. I don't see Steiner scouting.
No.
You know what I mean?
No,
Steiner's not going to the rink
You're right
to
on
scout.
That. No, this is like you're an assistant coach role.
Steiner isn't
he ain't doing
watching video at
played 1,000 games.
6 in the morning.
J-Bo played 1,000 games. J-Bo's like probably bored. Like, hey, I'll scout in Manitoba. Okay, fine, I'll do that. But Steiner's like, no, motherfucker, I want like $500,000, and I want this, and I want
to
that.
do nothing.
To do nothing
for a title.
Yeah,
and a salary. Can I just have a title and a salary?
Because they got Jim Montgomery, they got the boys.
Well, he doesn't want to coach. I wouldn't.
He doesn't want to.
I wouldn't think that he would want to. I mean, how many guys who made a lot of money who played a long time truly?
I wouldn't
want to do that. I mean,
Andy,
the lifestyle of a coach is not
grueling.
Great, right now. His buddy, Otter, Steve Ott, really good friend of Steiner's.
So awesome.
Like really good friends. Like Otter had to, he's went from like being best friend to being coach. Like they get off the bus.
That's not
Can't
healthy,
go that way. I got to go that way.
Not healthy, but go ahead.
But anyway, he can share with Steiner just how grueling it can be and how much work these guys put in. Man, these guys grind it out.
Can I say something though? If I made that much money, like why do anything? You just have another kid. Why would I want to coach anything?
Because hockey's in their blood, man. They can't get it out.
Okay, fine. Then
the competition. The competition.
But be the conduit to your kid. Like I know all this hockey knowledge. I'm the fucking masters. I'm fucking Dr. Fauci, which is probably better. You're better than Dr. Fauci at what you know about hockey than he does with whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But the point is, like, I'm gonna be a conduit to my kids. And that could sit in my house just like fucking old boy does. Just like all these old school NHL guys that made a ton of money. They're like, I don't want to coach. I'm going to coach my fucking kids. And I'm going to go on my backyard rink. And I'm going to teach them how to fucking backhand toe drag and go top shelf backhand every single day. And listen to music and jam out. Because I got 50 in the fucking bank. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you want to be away from your family?
Well, listen,
like why?
I think.
Explain that to me.
I think in the short term, most guys do that. Right? You hear and see a lot of guys who made a lot of money,
but
who had a lot of success.
Okay, then what?
Guys like the Marty St. Louis who have options, who this guy is going to work for a team one day. That's just kind of like you can just tell when you hear him talk. But for now, he's coaching his kids. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's just going to chill. He just sold like his $17 million house in Connecticut.
I should have bought that, but I had.
You should have bought that.
I had 16.999 difference.
You bought an immaculately outdated house.
My house is pretty fucking sick. Let's be honest.
Immaculately outdated. Is that what you called it?
It's a little bit outdated, but I'll throw 100.
No, you said immaculately, meaning it's like it looks
meticulously
clean,
outdated.
it's perfect,
meticulously
it's clean, it looks good. But hey, it needs a little touch
back to school?
Needs a little touch up.
It does, and I got $100,000. I'm going to spend on it, and it's going to be a castle. And it'll be if it was in
how do you define a castle?
If it was in your neighborhood, it'd be worth $3.5 million. So who the fuck you kidding?
How do you define castle?
Looks like a fucking castle. More of a chateau than anything. And I'll give you an example on that. Castles are from the
better have that baby updated for $3.5 million.
Castles are from the 900s to the 1400s, okay? Because that's what more defense they have to defend themselves. So it's more of a castle, more of a circular version where they have to bring in with people would sit there for fucking months and months at a time and try to take over castles. But once the Renaissance came, it was more of a chateau. So my house is more of a chateau like you see in France and shit like that, where there's no war, where all these kings had money, and they're like, I'm going to make a motherfucking chateau with a motherfucking blah, 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 blah to look badass because there's no war. Listen, I have a chateau, motherfucker.
We had Gretzky on last episode.
Yeah.
I got a lot of messages from people who told me I had to address something with you. What? You said to Wayne, you said, "Oh, I remember what it was like at in the Sioux. You know, they opened the garage, you get dressed, it's outside." And people were saying, "I think Cam is confusing that with a different building. That's not where he would have played with the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. It would have been in Sudbury." No, so I think, Andy, did you confuse the two buildings? Are they right or are they wrong?
Andy, where'd you play in the OHL? What was Sudbury like when you played there?
I'm asking you if they're right or wrong.
No, fuck boy. What was it like when you went to Sioux? Explain it real quick. Did you play there? Oh, you didn't play.
SIOUX? Here's the deal.
Yeah, exactly. The Sioux, fucking North Dakota. Get on with yourself. So maybe it was
SAULTE.
No,
you know that, right?
I remember going to Sault Ste. Marie, the old building, and they had the.
Would you have played at the Memorial Coliseum, whatever? Wasn't it closed by then or no?
I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was a piece of shit. Okay, it was a piece of fucking shit. And they opened up the garage door, and we had to take our bags in because you're not in the NHL yet, and you have to carry.
So some of these guys who play in the O, some people on my staff, they're saying, "I think he's talking about Sudbury."
Then bring it on. Then tell them to bring it on. And even if they say, "Cam, you're wrong. You talking about Sudbury?" I'd be like, "Okay, fuck you. Sorry, I fought somebody that night anyway. You know, it's fucking cold. Sue, Sudbury. I don't give a fuck." That's your chirp for me, motherfucker.
How'd you do that on the road? Would you guys stay overnight, or would you leave after the game?
We would stay overnight. It's so funny. We'd stay overnight in the Sault Ste. Marie and stay in this hotel. And they had a kind of water park there, which is very debunked and shitty. Okay.
A water park.
A little water park.
What kind of diseases are inside that water
park?
Well,
I made a lot more. But the point is, there was always a cute girl that was a lifeguard there.
Gross.
Oh, my God. And the guys, we'd all show up. Oh, God, this poor girl. And she'd be sitting in this, like, high tower, and we'd all jump in the water and just stare at her like, "What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Where are you at?" She's like, "Okay." Like, fucking, this poor girl just got goddamn harassed.
Bunch of horny teenagers.
Oh, good Lord. The funniest thing, I had to go out there and fight, like, Ray Emery. I fought him and
you had to fight Ray Emery.
Yeah, Ray the goalie.
Now, for people who don't know, he's a goalie.
He's a goalie. He died.
But he was tough as shit.
He was very tough. But that was in Sault Ste. Marie. I remember that. And I remember it being fucking cold.
Rest in peace.
For you to chirp me and call me out in front of your boys.
I didn't say
like,
it's me.
And he's like, "I have boys in Sault Ste." No, you fucking don't. I do.
I got messages.
From people in Sault Ste. Go ahead, message me then. My DMs are open. Let me know if that rink wasn't cold. Let me know if Andy's right on this. All you guys, all you Canadian boys. Are you on my side or Andy's side?
Okay, let me ask you this.
Come on.
Why are you, what do you mean, how'd you have time to go to the water park?
Because we stayed the night before, and that's a hotel. And the hotel
So you get in, you had the day.
And she'd be sitting there like, and 20 guys would walk up like, "Oh, my big."
Isn't it? Did you,
like,
did you play in the,
I'm Cam.
Did you play in the OHL Summer League?
No, it was just like, it was an indoor building. Andy, you never traveled.
Oh, indoor. Oh, indoor.
Andy never traveled.
It was an indoor water park.
No shit, it was. Jesus.
Okay.
Andy never traveled because he never played.
Hey,
so I have to explain it to him.
Those are.
Although he thinks he knows more about hockey than me, I have to explain. This is what you do. We would stay in hotels that have water parks indoors in Sault Ste. Marie. Would you play? Would you travel?
Northern Arizona.
Don't fucking bullshit
Northern
me.
Arizona University.
Yeah, they got great rinks up there.
Parkway North.
Badass fucking system.
Fucking
I'm fucking playing Parkway fucking North. They got a hockey team? I didn't know that. That's cool.
You want to see the highlights?
No. Yeah.
You want
show
to see
me
some highlights?
Yeah, and I think the fans do. Okay, fine. Andy, put your highlights together. We'll both put our highlights together to see what's better. I want to see what the fuck.
I have more goals than you.
You probably do, actually. You probably do. Never mind. Scratch that whole goddamn thing. What's up,
Oh my
baby?
God, the door's open.
The door's open.
Hey there.
Look,
How you doing?
we know we were live right now.
We're in our new office. People
down.
all our new neighbors. We love it.
I love
They
that
love
shit.
having us here. Rapid Relief CBD cream, man. They drop us off everything.
Fucking Nate.
We
see
love
how
that.
that is, though?
Okay, do you have a website? People may want to
We'll throw it
know.
out right now, baby.
Well,
We'll
how
try
about
right
that?
now. Shit. My wife's back hurts from like doing yard work in the back.
Yeah.
And where I sit there and do radio shows when she's doing yard. So her shoulders are hurt. Can I like rub her down with this bad boy or what? Good. Will she get high off it, hopefully?
No. Okay, this is CBD.
Oh, might be.
This is CBD.
Can't I get her a buzz?
I've always had to try to explain to Cam that, like in CBD, there is no THC inside of it.
A lot longer than you, partner.
Okay, partner.
Okay, partner.
He's like, so if I rub this on my knee, will I get high off? Okay, well, no. Well, okay, I don't really want it.
Live with my parents when you were young and see if what you get into,
your parents,
homeboy.
you got to stop talking about this.
Oh, really?
Living next door to your parents, it's like one step above living in their basement. It's like it's like you're in the basement or you're
Jamie.
right next door.
Hey, Jamie, my engineer. Was it cool when you bought your first house when you were 19? Was that cool? Because it was for me. But Andy's making fun of me because I bought my house when I was 19 fucking years old.
I'm just saying.
Right next to my parents, which they let me do whatever the fuck I wanted. And I had girls coming in and out there so bad to where my dad had to come over and like step over them and be like, "Oh, Cam, you have a meeting with somebody."
Lifeguards.
Today. And like I had to bring them out. And then my dad would have to get a fucking taxi and get all the girls out of there and shush them away.
Okay, but
Andy's chirping me because I had a fucking house.
I'm glad that
Isn't that funny?
I'm glad that.
What else? How cool are you?
I'm glad that. I'm glad you're moving on.
Good.
And now you're not going to live next door to your parents.
So
as
true.
much as Amy and Denny, listen. You've been great, but now it's time for Cam to kind of branch off.
You're right. I could brag about being young at that little house.
You're not 19 anymore.
And bring girls back. You're cool, Cam. Well, no shit. I was making good money. Of course I need to be cool. Of course I need to have a little shitty house, but it was cute at a time. But now I'm like 36. I got addicted to shit. I got out of it. And now I bought my castle house, and it's all good.
Yeah.
But don't like be like, oh, I had money my whole time. No, I had to like figure it back out. Like I had to figure everything.
What made you want to buy the house right next door to your parents? What made you want to do that?
Oh, I had $200,000 in my pocket.
No, what made you not want to buy the house like a few miles away?
No, because I need them to take care of it. Yeah, because I travel a lot, Andy. When you play pro hockey, you travel.
I mean, any other pro hockey players out there buy houses, but not right next door to their parents.
I mean, I'm from Eureka, Missouri, the first one ever. I mean, I don't know.
The first one from Eureka.
I was confused. From Missouri, St. Louis.
St. Louis. Maybe Missouri.
No
Although
shit,
Pat
Missouri.
LaFontaine, I mean, he's really the first. He's really the first.
Yeah, Pat LaFontaine. He's like, I'm going to live here till I'm 6, and I'm going to move to Minnesota.
But I'm from St. Louis.
But I'm from St. Louis. You know, you didn't do shit here.
Listen, he came back one time, and we did like a feature. We rode around in a car.
He's such a sweetheart.
We went back to the house where he grew up, and then went back to the rink where he learned how to skate, and he remembered everybody. And then there was an individual there who heard that because the rink knew that we were bringing Pat LaFontaine there. Legend.
He's a legend, dude.
And
I love him. He's such a sweetheart, man.
And so people were showing up and being
though.
like, listen, I knew you back when I was like 4 years old. We were in the same skating group. Your dad and my dad worked together. Your dad knew my dad. It was he got really emotional. Like tears. It was like Sally Jesse Raphael doing this interview.
Never heard of her.
Making him cry. So he got all emotional. So listen, is he officially the first to ever make it to the NHL out of St. Louis? I don't know if I can go there because he left early.
He left when he was 7. I didn't even play hockey when I was 7. Get out of here.
But when it was convenient, we still claimed him.
Yeah,
okay?
So whenever you want to chirp me, it's convenient, you fuck.
Oh, I would never chirp
I didn't even know
you.
what hockey was at 7, and then I figured it out.
What have I always said about you?
That I'm good looking?
The biggest success story.
Oh, yeah. Did I make you money?
To ever? Oh. No, I'm making you money. But the
That's
biggest,
true. That is very true.
The biggest success story
That's
to ever make
true.
it out of St. Louis.
No, whatever. Patty
Besides
is now.
Pat Maroon.
Patty is now. Patty is
And
at least we're humble.
I know.
We're crazy, dude.
Well, all the other ones, man, listen, nothing to take anything away from any of them, but a lot of fancy lads, right?
You fucking A.
A lot of
fancy lads.
But you know what? The NHL, to be honest, listen, the NHL, as much as we love hockey,
fancy lad
it's
type.
not even like the type of
Thank
league
you.
for us,
I
honestly.
know. We're too blue collar. You're not, but I am.
Well, you know.
You're fancy as fuck now. But you didn't grow up that way. And you act like you're so fucking, you're so pretty. And I have to remind people that you grew up with no fucking dad. You were poor. You had to come out of nothing. But now you act like you're a fucking cake eater all the goddamn time. And I want to smack you in your fucking face.
What is
You're a goddamn cake eater.
What is a cake eater?
I'm a fancy fucking lad. My mommy and daddy got money. I don't give a fuck what I fucking do. I'm a fucking skateboarder. Fuck you.
Oh, what did the bartender say to me yesterday?
What'd she say to you? Oh, yeah, that's right.
You forgot this? I mean, your
Her
memory.
son's a skateboarder that's doing what? Is he Tony Hawk?
Can you get that guy with the perfect skin who just walked out? Can you get him back in here and ask him if he has something for your memory? He's bringing some.
Please do.
He's bringing
Jesus
some
besides Adderall.
I need something for your memory. You don't remember?
I remember
yesterday?
a little bit. Okay, the bartender says, my son's a skateboarder. I'm like,
No.
can I talk to you a little bit, girl? Is he loitering at Schnucks?
She wanted me.
Remember
she did.
that? Oh, she
said
did.
how hot I was, and you were like,
right.
okay, I can't deal with this right now. You're like,
oh yeah,
we can't talk about this. We can't.
Oh my god,
this lady
she wanted
like,
Andy, and I'm like, you're supposed to love me, and she didn't, and she wanted Andy, and I'm like, wow, I'm confused. But then Andy smiles, and his teeth are so fucking white.
Hey,
and then she's like, his teeth are white, and I'm like, my teeth are fucking
like,
beat up.
Were you a hot skateboarder back in the day?
She said it to you.
Remember?
I'm like, no, he like wrote things down in a notebook, like a fucking toolbox.
Well, maybe when my adult age. I said yes.
No,
I used to ride.
even
I used
worse.
to ride skateboard back in the day.
No,
I was more of a BMX guy.
Even nerdier.
Okay, more of a BMX
even
guy.
Fucking
Cam,
he thinks he's Tony Hawk.
I feel like you forgot this.
It's
it's so convenient how you forget. You know, you don't forget, like,
Here's
if
Andy.
you fought, like,
fuck
Jared
off.
Bowl
Fuck the fuck
on, like,
off.
a Tuesday night in Columbus, but don't forget
all
this
you
that happened yesterday.
All you Canadians then.
All y'all.
All y'all. Take Andy out. We entertain everybody, Andy, and that's the bottom line.
Dino Ciccarelli.
Yeah.
He's exactly how I thought he would be.
Yeah.
100%.
Fucking awesome. You mean fucking awesome?
He's just cool. He's just like doesn't give a fuck.
I got a fucking center console camera. I'm like, what's up, baby? What do you got going? I'm like, fucking fishing. I'm doing my shit. Like, you're fucking awesome. Like, you're just awesome. Oh, wait, do you walk around naked one time and get arrested? We'll ask you about that. You don't have to answer it. Here's my answer to that. I believe I walked out naked and got my mail one time and I didn't get arrested. So me and you are going to say, wait.
Really?
Yes.
You did that once?
I think it was so fucked up that I didn't realize, and my dad came out and said, hey, put clothes on, and I went back in. Yeah.
That's when you're happy your dad lives next door.
That was like I was 21 years old.
See what you're doing in front of your parents?
Oh,
like,
the shit
what
they
is
saw
going on?
is horrible.
Can you have lived like even a street over, Cam? Like 2 streets over.
The things that they saw me do is so outrageously ridiculous.
Yeah, I
and my dad would walk in like,
if you had to redo this, if we had to do a do-over,
things on the table,
think you need to buy a house down the street.
Things here and there.
They still could have driven by and looked at it when you're out of town.
How are my animals alive with things laying around? I don't know, but they are. They're still alive. I don't get it, but my parents saw a lot of shit and they dealt with it. And now I'm moving away, and they're sad.
Are they sad?
Oh, are you fucking kidding? Are you kidding?
Like, you're not moving out of town.
Dude,
tell them. Listen, say this is very normal.
Think about it, though.
Like,
so now they get to deal with it. No,
you're 15. How far away? 10 minutes? 15 minutes?
Yeah, 15 minutes. But I was their baby. Like, they saw everything. Like, if I'm fucking down, I remember going through painkillers, like dying, and my mom would walk over and she'd look at me and she goes, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "Mom, I'm fucked." She's like, "Okay, I'll bring you soup. Try to eat soup because you can't eat anything, can't do anything." My mom would help me with shit. Like, my dad didn't get that part, but my mom did because she's a nurse.
Are you a mama's boy?
I'm a daddy's boy more than anything.
Gosh,
because
really?
I had 2 sons. We all had boys, and I had to do shit, and my dad had to get me. But I'll tell you this right now, and I'll be dead serious. Mm-hmm. I was a daddy's boy. My dad fucking took my stitches when I had my stitches, all that shit, hardcore fucking shit. But once I got addicted to fucking drugs, my mommy helped me out. And I'll be a pussy, and I'll say it right now, and I don't give a fuck. And anybody knows when they go through this shit, sometimes your mom takes care of you. And my mom would come over, and I'd try to sleep for the first time in 7 fucking days.
She would know?
She'd walk over and look right in my eyes and be like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Nope." She's like, "I know. All right, I'll give you some stuff. I'll help you with this."
She was a nurse.
Oh, yeah. I was fucked up. Didn't sleep for 7 days, 2 weeks before training camp with the Blues. Just so you know.
Oh, really?
2 weeks before training camp with the Blues, eating fucking 40 fucking painkillers a day. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm going to be done. I'm going to be done. I'm going to be done. And then weeks, and then weeks, and then weeks. And then all of a sudden, you're 2 weeks before fucking training camp. My mom had to kick the door down and look at me and be like, "We need to get you on something." Then I had to go see a doctor. Then I get on Suboxone, and I try to figure myself out that way. And then you're on fucking Suboxone, and it's another animal you got to get out of.
Okay, how do we get onto this?
It doesn't matter. It's all good, man. It's healthy.
Okay.
Now, these people listen. I don't give a shit. It's the 100th episode. So what? We're funny. We could be hardcore. We could be this. I could be emotional. It doesn't matter.
So this is. Let's turn the page. Let's talk about something a little more happy. Whatever.
Well, like what? Your sex life? Like what?
You want to get?
What do you want to fucking talk about? You and your wife? Because I will talk about that. To be completely honest with you.
What do you want to talk about?
I love your wife.
Yeah. Well, she's cool as shit.
No shit, she is. She's cooler than you.
Well, I think most people probably
my wife's cooler than me.
Fall in that category. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You want your girl to be cooler than you.
That's it.
Okay.
Boom, Andy.
You want your girl to be cooler than you. So if you think you're cooler than your girl, then you don't have a cool girl.
There it is.
Honestly, you don't have a cool girl.
Thank you.
If you're cooler than your girl, you don't have a cool girl. I mean,
if you,
bottom line.
You know what? Like, I'll admit, like I wish I was in a better spot because, but my wife takes care of me, man. And I love her to death. And I'm monogamous, and I've been through shit. But I could reach to my wife, and she pisses me off sometimes.
You're what?
I'm monogamous.
What does that mean? That means like
you just don't even know because you wouldn't even know how to not be monogamous because you're not a wheel. But the point is, like, I am, and like we have a good relationship. But if I didn't have my girl, I'd be fucked, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who wouldn't be?
I'd be fucked.
Who wouldn't be? All right, this is the
bunch of people.
Well, this is the 100th episode.
Yeah.
What stands out for you over the first 100? What stands out?
Knowledge, learning knowledge from all these smart people you interview. Mm-hmm. That's the number one thing for me, man. I learned from everybody I talk to. I'm a sponge. Do I remember everything that you say?
No, you don't remember things from yesterday.
No, it clicks in.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It clicks in, dude.
Okay.
I learn a lot from all these guys.
Who's your favorite guest? Do you have one?
Lou, of course.
Well,
I was so fucking
you were so terrified.
Petrified. But
yeah, you were terrified.
I heard him on Ant Show Network coming over here, Andy.
Oh, really?
And I just listened to him, and I
were
get into a trance.
In your rearview mirror, is he behind me?
Andy.
Is he coming?
Andy. Yeah.
Where is Lou?
Andy.
The silhouette.
Can I tell you something? I had a chew in my mouth, and I was listening to him, and I took the fucking thing out.
Yeah, take the chew out. We're starting our campaign to get you off a chew.
I took it out.
Oh, did you?
I took it out.
Because you were listening.
Because I thought he was staring at me.
Okay, that's just kind of crazy.
Is that weird?
Well, a little bit.
Fuck. I did it.
So you took your chew out.
I took my fucking chew out because he was talking, and I'm like,
what was he talking about? Anything interesting?
Yeah, 96 Olympics.
Okay.
Or World Cup.
The World Cup.
Badass.
Yeah, we talked to him about that.
Yeah, he was so cool.
And he loved that, man.
It was awesome. Scotty Lachlan, who I love, by the way.
Shout
out, homeboy. What's up, Scotty?
Does a good job.
He's fucking badass.
He's got that voice, that radio voice.
Damn, dude. I love Scotty because he's like, Scotty.
Because he likes heavy metal music?
Yes. Yeah. And he's like, camera, come on. He's like, what's up with Patty? I'm like, dude, blah, 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 blah. Like, he's just cool, man. He knows how to interview me. Thing.
Does he?
Yeah. How does he interview you, Andy?
Same way.
Hi, Andy. Can you tell me about the fuck on?
multi versatility in terms of how you can do it. Okay?
Hi, Andy. Tell me about this contract from 1982.
And what's your answer going to be?
I don't give a fuck. Look it up online. My answer.
All right.
What do you want to know about partying?
But besides Lou.
Oh, besides Lou, Wayne. Wayne, Mike Keenan was tough. No doubt, Andy.
Yeah. There's been so many good ones. Every single one.
Oh, Mike Madonna.
People ask, you got nervous that one,
yeah,
too.
because I was partying hard in Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah,
but people, I'd like to hear from people, though, what their favorite episodes were.
Yes.
You know?
And why?
Because every episode connects with people differently.
And can we ask this too?
Hold on. If you grew up a Montreal Canadiens fan, you may say, wow, the Larry Robinson interview, the Claude Lemieux interview.
Claude.
If you're a Maple Leafs fan, you know, or you may say, wow, you had Darcy Tucker, whatever, Shane Corson, Ty Domi.
Yeah.
If you're a Bruins fan, you have Milan Lucic, whatever.
Terry O'Reilly.
It doesn't matter. Every interview hits home with different people depending on how they grew up and who they watched, so listen. I think the key is to spread it around, which is what we've been doing, man. We spread it around with all different types of
people are texting me left and right, by the way, Andy. And look, Andy and I give each other so much shit, but we love each other. If anybody fucking touched him or his kids, I'd make my phone calls. Like people owe me money and they owe me shit, and I'll take care of it. Like if somebody messed with me, so we're teammates, but we do bullshit each other left and right. And sometimes it gets a little hardcore, but when you work together every single day and you talk to each other 15 times a day, that's what happens. So it's healthy. That's what we do, but we love each other. What were we talking about again?
Your favorite freaking episodes.
Oh, my favorite
memory.
episode.
I don't know what's gone. It's gotten worse today.
Well, do a radio show every day, and that's what happened.
And it's 1 hour.
It still takes time. There's nothing going on, Andy. I had to scrounge up shit. Lou and Marty was great, and I'll tell you my favorite episode. I'll tell you this right now, and it'll be a surprise to you. Neil Smith was my favorite motherfucking episode. Neil Smith, and then Kevin Stevens too, by the way.
Kevin Stevens was great. Hey, listen, all different. Neil was fantastic.
He was so fucking good, dude.
Fantastic.
It was a therapy session for him. He's like, no, let me clear off every fucking thing.
He's like, no, because this is out there and it's not even right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was great, and man, I've known Neil for a long time because he was trying to become a manager, if not get involved with an ownership group here in St. Louis.
Exactly, yeah.
And it just didn't happen. But he was involved with so many different things that are just so visual and so important in terms of hockey history.
Oh my God,
it's like, wow, you were involved with that too?
He was so honest.
And that?
He was just so honest. And he knew his faults. He knew when he made a mistake. Even with Kevin Stevens, Andy, God damn, dude. He was just honest, man.
Yeah.
As an ex-GM.
Scott Stevens, too.
Yeah.
Ty Domi. We can go on and on.
I never heard
of
that.
But listen, it's been great, though. 100 episodes. It's amazing that we've gotten to 100 already. It's been incredible.
Buddy.
And let me just say this. We wouldn't be able to do this without the listeners and without our sponsors. I mean, the sponsors, obviously, without them, we're not even talking to you right now. But without the support from our listeners, man, it means everything.
It does.
It means
makes
everything.
You feel good. And all the the tweets we get, the fucking DMs we get from everybody, although some of them are really long and I can't get back to you on them, but I love it, man. It puts a smile on my face. We're here for you guys. We'll get you through your fucking work day. I know you guys are.
You probably never had people slide into your DMs before.
No, just women. Just women.
Okay.
But the deal is, now it's a bunch of dudes, and I like it even more because Kate doesn't get pissed at me for that. So the point is, I love it. I want to hear from you guys. I got my problems. Andy has his problems. We're here for you. I love hearing it, man. And you guys are just fucking awesome. Yeah. And I'll respond to you. Mm-hmm. I will. No, Andy won't, but I will.
No, I do. But I'm also way more busy than Cam.
What the fuck are you talking?
I have like 3 kids at home.
That's true.
And
that's true.
And like a wife and everything. And I know you have a wife.
Yeah, do I
but
not?
It's just a lot going
do I
on.
Not? Who's that blonde thing that lays next to me every night?
Is that a
wife?
Is that a
what is
wolf?
That blonde
is
thing?
that a werewolf?
Fuck out of here! I have a wife. Cam doesn't. Like what?
No, you do. And you have your parents. No, of course you have your wife. I'm just saying, like when you go home, you're not like overly distracted. You don't have like, you know what I mean, man. You can kind of freewheel.
Yeah, except for the 12-year-olds on the road that want to ride bikes with me every fucking night.
But you can shut your door. Okay.
Yeah, but they bang on the fucking door, Andy.
But it's not your responsibility.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But I still do it.
All right. So God. You can like do podcasts all night long and tweet back at people.
Well, don't have kids then, fuck boy. Don't have fucking kids and bitch at me about it. You fuck.
But sometimes you gotta like share your life. You gotta share your life with other.
What do you think I do every fucking day on my radio show?
I think you're gonna have kids.
I talk about my fucking.
I think you're gonna have kids.
Talk about my small penis on here.
When Kate wrote the letter.
What? Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's indicating to the lady that you guys want to grow into the house. I see you guys having kids.
Well, fuck. I'm dumping loads on her left and right. What do you want me to do?
Are you?
What do you think? I pull out? You fucking crazy.
So,
you used to do that back in fucking 08 and 9.
So are you trying to? Is that what you want?
Look, I'm dumping loads on her, man. Do you want me to say it one more time? Like she's accepting it. Okay. Do they work? I don't know. They might all be fucking dumb.
We got to talk about Alexander Steen.
Yeah.
That's a great segue into Alexander Steen, who just had a baby yesterday.
Oh, good.
Yeah, a baby boy. I think that's his 3rd boy.
Good.
And he's got a little girl as well.
Yeah.
How will you remember Alexander Steen?
I had a rap battle with him one time on the fucking
rap
plane,
battle?
and I beat his ass because he doesn't know how to rap, and I made him laugh the whole time. No, fuck no. I'm like, yo. I'm C. Jansen from Eureka, baby. And I did this, and I made some so horrible things.
Sounds terrible,
and then he couldn't stop laughing so bad to where I won like $1,000.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
So that's what you do on the plane. You put $1,000.
Well, they wanted to do a rap battle. I'm like, I'll fuck all y'all. Although I listen to heavy metal, I don't give a shit about rap. Mm-hmm. And then I fucking still beat his ass.
All right, so how do you remember? How are you going to reflect on the career of Alexander Steen?
He's good. He's a defensive guy. Scored big-time goals. Won a Stanley Cup. Played 1,000 games. Mm-hmm. Good leader, shit, everything.
Yeah, had a long career.
Yeah,
and you know what? Sometimes injuries, man, they can.
He was overpaid at the end. He's fine.
They can take their toll.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? You can say he's overpaid, but you look at the salary he was going to be paid this year
we all
versus
know.
the cap.
You want to break it all fucking down.
A lot of times
he's overpaid at the end. That's all good.
If you're overpaid,
yeah.
But it's based on what you did. I mean, this is the way it used to be. You used to always get paid for what you did. Now the game's changed a little bit. Younger guys make so much money and whatever. So, I mean, is he overpaid? Whatever. He helped win a Stanley Cup here. You know, like, I mean, it's all worth it. And he was a great two-way player.
And he's a great leader, and they won a cup.
All right, we need to get to Dino. It's time for Dino.
Yeah.
Okay, it's episode 100. And Cam probably wants to be number 100. He probably asked his coach, can I be number 100? That's what you would do.
And they said yes.
Okay.
And I scored 50 goals.
Did you ever go after a coach? You don't remember. You don't remember.
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
I think Don Morehouse, I think I went toe-to-toe with him.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a youth hockey coach, by the way.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it did for you.
No, it did.
Yeah. No, it definitely did.
No, a football coach could be a different story.
Well, I know. That's different, man.
Football coach. I remember.
Because they will like.
They grab me.
They will cut
I remember,
to the core.
I'll tell you this. I remember being a freshman. And they were all pissed at me because I'm missing practice all the time because of hockey. Mm-hmm. And then I remember...
I had the same situation.
No, you didn't. But I remember going through a different weird read where I had to go down the one hole or whatever. And I fucked up, and then the coach grabbed my fucking helmet and shook my face. And my dad was watching in the car.
He was?
My dad was watching in the car.
Dennis.
And he lost his fucking mind.
I'm the football coach. Yeah. What did he say?
You don't ever touch my kid.
Really? He told the football coach there from the high school.
Yep.
True story though. I was playing. When I was playing football, and I had.
Andy,
this is what they do to kids.
Sure,
though.
Andy.
I had to lie to the coach and say that
you're 6'5", 250.
No, I told him I had a doctor's appointment. I wouldn't be at practice, and then they had on the school announcements that like hockey tryouts were that day. And the coach of the hockey team said, "Listen, everybody's got to be. You got to be at one tryout."
Did he say you sucked at both?
No, he said
sports.
He said, "Listen." Okay. He was a new coach. He goes, "To be fair, you got to make it to one tryout." So I'm like, here I am. I'm like, you're like a kid, dude. They put kids in terrible situations.
Totally,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
like what? Yeah. Like, why can't like the football coach and the hockey coach just work it out?
Can we do this?
Like, listen,
they're both good athletes.
Yeah, like okay, well, he probably doesn't need to come to the hockey tryouts.
Here, can I give you an example? What your coach would say to the football coach? Hey, he's a terrible athlete. I don't want him on the hockey team. Can you take him on the football team? And he's like, no, I hate him too. Can he be a cheerleader? And I'm like, yes.
Okay, so listen. So anyway, Coach Staub.
Do you can say his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I not say that?
Well, did he beat you up?
No,
or something?
no, he didn't do that.
Well, he should have.
So he comes and pulls me out of class, like the last class of the day, and we go into they were all over.
Oh fuck!
Passing notes.
Like, hi Andy, what are you doing? And are you writing a report on something?
So anyway, we go to the classroom next door, and he's like, "Hey, you lied to me. You said you have a doctor's appointment, but what are you doing?" He goes, "If you're not at practice today after school, you are off the team."
And the team's not going to suffer at all.
I was a good cornerback.
Yeah, that's all.
And
if you don't show up, you know what's going to happen? The team's going to get better.
Will you please not show up? We actually encourage you. We encourage you to go.
Hey, I'm pissed at you. Mm-hmm. You left the football team and you left the other team. I want you never to come back.
Okay, so listen. So,
go ahead.
But all my football stuff was at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to hockey. Coach skates up to me. He said you made the right decision. And then I go talk to the football coach. He made me go to practice every day for like the next several weeks, but wouldn't let me dress out. I had to stand there on the sidelines.
Yeah. As you should, like a fucking cheerleader.
I'm like, why? Because I went to hockey practice. This is how dumb these guys.
I know. I went to the same shit. You know what I did, Andy?
Yeah.
Except for you. You know what I did? I went to cross country instead and ran cross country.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, well, you think I liked it? I
don't like long distance.
I was 200 pounds running across country, but I did it because I wanted to get in shape for hockey.
I know this is what
you're a fucking.
Did you finish? You finished last? Is that what you said?
I did, but I finished.
That's all that matters.
3.5 miles.
You
baby.
get a ribbon.
Get the fuck out of here.
For that.
Did you play? Did you run cross country?
Hell no, I didn't.
Sit the fuck down.
Listen, I don't want to run cross country.
Maybe if you would have made the NHL.
Oh, really? You
no,
think so?
Probably not. No, you had to grow 5 more inches, a lot more tough, better athlete, longer hair, teeth look good. Other than that, you wouldn't have made it.
I don't know why I didn't ask Gretzky about beating Pele and all those guys in a race.
I had that written down. He beat Pele in like fucking couple quarterbacks and shit and kicked the fuck out of him.
I know. I know. That's the hard part.
But what does that mean, though, Andy?
Well,
what does that mean?
When you have to like go back and forth with the interviews and stuff like that, like, anyway. But I ended up. So my glory days in football are. I'll send you some highlights, a couple interceptions. Hey, you know who didn't?
What happened?
You finished last in your cross country. You know who didn't finish last? You know who's always finishes first? Is CarShield and CarShield.com. Call them today, 800-857-2481.
I'll back CarShield up, too. Who are you kidding? I ran over there for that video. They saw me run against the geese. I could do cross country with them.
You like that?
I did like it.
Cam would do anything for like just a little bit of attention, though, right? I mean, come on. What wouldn't you do to be the center of attention?
Man, I don't know.
I'll do anything for you.
I love attention.
800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. I know. Listen, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But you know what? It'll save you money.
So is your wife. What?
It'll save you money. You'll save 10% when you mention Cam. Now, again, you never know when something's going to go down, engine problems and all that type of stuff. That's truly where CarShield comes in.
Totally
comes in hand. Like we joke around and whatever, but listen, this is like legit. You actually need this. You need it. Someone sent me a message yesterday. They dove into my DMs, and they said, "Listen, you got competition because Ice-T is also." I said, "We're all on the same team, dude. Ice-T's cool. With us.
Yeah, dude.
Berman's with us too.
Chrissy Boy, Ice-T.
So is Patty Maroon.
Just don't call him Ice Cube, okay?
No, it's Ice-T. There's a difference.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Don't call him Ice Cube.
No, who would do that?
A dipshit.
Okay, well, don't do that.
I'm not.
So carshield.com. Again, 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. You're going to save 10%. All right, Bud Light Seltzer. It's Christmas party time. Like, what's the first thing you think to yourself that you need for your Christmas party?
Standing rib roast.
Okay, and then
that doesn't suck.
Okay, the second thing.
Bud Light Seltzer. Of course, Bud Light Seltzer, of course. And you can mix and match, and they have holiday flavors. They got like
we got to do that next.
Peppermint and shit like that. Yeah. They have it all. But mango's a mango, okay? If you want fucking mango, and you fucking say mango in front of everybody in the party, everybody's going to be like, oh, cool, you're cool because you say mango like Cam does.
Everybody's just yelling
Do that.
People are just yelling it out loud.
They say mango like a psycho, and everyone's like, fuck, you're fucking sexy.
I'm so jealous of all the Canadians. They send us the videos of them skating on like these incredible lakes and rivers with like crazy like mountain ranges in the background.
It's picturesque.
And they're just sitting there. It's like a Bud Light Seltzer.
It's like fucking Legends of the Fall, but with an ice rink. And like fucking Tristan's walking around with his fucking hair down. Like, god damn. Badass motherfuckers. I love all you Canadians. Good Lord. You know what else is awesome about Canadians?
It may be the most beautiful country in the world.
And all these bad motherfuckers like John Morasti, Trevor Gillies, they're all up in Canada. They're in the middle of nowhere. They're on their horses with their wives, taking pictures in the middle of 5 feet of snow. They're making ice sculptures. They're doing this with their kids. Their kids are sleeping in fucking campsites in the middle of nowhere. And they're not cold. They're cooking their own food. They're fucking ice fishing. And they're just making fires on shit. Like, they're just like fucking mountain men. I love you guys. I can't even start my car in the fucking morning. I'm pathetic. And all you guys are awesome. Like, God, Andy, you're such a fucking fancy lad compared to these guys. It's un-goddamn believable.
I could survive.
You're a fancy fucking
in the wilderness.
No, you can't.
Way longer than you could. Way longer. You wouldn't know what to do, dude.
Take my credit card, Grizzly Bear. Take my fucking credit card. Like, this is a gold card. If I can get,
you wouldn't.
Fuck you.
You wouldn't even know what to do. Do you even own a tent or a sleeping bag? Do you even have a sleeping bag? Besides the one you sleep in every night, probably. You probably sleep in a sleeping bag.
Fancy lad, little all boys school fancy lad. Like, I'm with all boys.
Where?
I'm cool.
First
I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay, first off, I didn't go to an all-boys school. Second of all,
you wish you did.
But if you did, it's okay.
You wish you fucking
There's
did.
a lot of people who did.
Yeah,
it's okay if you did.
Cool. So
right?
cool.
Is it not okay if they did?
Yeah, it'd be fucking sexually frustrated. It'd be awesome. So fucking awesome. I want my kids to go to all-boys school so they don't know how to talk to women until they're fucking 20 years old. That's really cool.
I think they had a great experience.
Well, they got a good education. You're rich anyway. What the fuck do you care? They're not going to be as good as you. At least let them have talk to fucking girls on a daily basis so they can put fucking deodorant on and actually know how to talk to women. Yeah, no, wait till they're in college to talk to girls for the first time. That's fucking awesome. But they got a good education. Who gives a fuck? You got 100 in the bank.
That's not true. Not every kid who goes there has 100 in the bank.
No, but get the fuck out of here. Go to an old boys school. It's going to help you in life.
You should not judge people like that. You should not.
That's what we do every fucking day, Andy. What are you talking about?
I love it.
They judge me for being a hillbilly.
That's true.
I'm going to judge you for being a fucking fancy lad that doesn't know how to talk to chicks. Okay. But my mom and daddy have money.
Oh.
But I haven't talked to a girl in like 15 years, but I know what to do. No, you don't. Dipshit. Go ahead.
That's your take on them?
It is 100% my take. Take it and like it, all you guys. Man. You guys all know what I'm talking about with that. Yeah, I'm going to send my son. What should I do? Okay, he's so smart. I'm going to put him in an all-boys school for 5 fucking years.
Okay, but you know what? Even if you go to listen,
5
you can
fucking years,
still keep it
not
handsome.
even talking to a girl. That's really cool.
You can still keep it handsome.
Oh,
hey,
100%.
Get your hair products now. Get that shampoo.
Well, you don't need it if you're in an all-boys school.
Get that. Yeah, you do. Yes, you still
do. For the
do.
boys?
Yes, you still do. Okay. Yes, you still do.
Yeah, do it
and you get that beard moisturizer, too. Okay, so hook up the beard moisturizer. Get the head balm. Put that in your hair before you put in.
God, I got a big bald spot in the back of my head.
Whatever else you put in your hair.
Yeah.
The paste, the cream, the gel, whatever it is.
Our engineers got
whatever it is. But you need that. KeepItHandsome.com, and then you can get your Fight Ugly hoodie. Cam is wearing his again because you wear it every single day. I can only imagine what that thing. Have you ever washed that? That's the thing about the Fight Ugly hoodie, though. Apparently, you don't have to.
Dude,
you can wear it. You can wear it every single day.
See, I met a girl when I was in high school because there was girls in high school, so I learned how to talk to them. And I met Kate, and I wasn't cool enough for her, but then I learned how to talk to her because I was in high school with girls. And then when I became something, I wheeled her because I was in high school talking to girls. And then now she fucking does all my clothes. So I wear this every day, but she washes it every day because I met her in high school because she's a female in high school.
She washes that every day. That's
Nerd
amazing.
boys.
It holds up well in the wash. I will say that about these Fight Ugly hoodies. Hey, mention the promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save 15% on these Fight Ugly hoodies that supports anti-bullying. It supports the Montreal Resource Center. It supports a lot of things.
Yeah, it does. Big time.
And this is, we joke around about it. We do our live reads, man. But this is something that's very important to us, that we absolutely love the relationship we have with Keep It Handsome and the Fight Ugly community, man, because we're all in this together. We're fighting the ugly that exists that's out there. No, we don't.
No, we don't fuck with boys.
No, we don't.
Andy was bullied in the business world. I was bullied when I was in 4th, 5th grade. I got pissed on. Then I brought the kid back to my house, and my parents took care of him. We all deal with bullies in our own weird way, man. Like everybody fucking does. And not to mention, some of the boys aren't that bad, man. They grew up different ways, so we got to take care of them too.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a dick and you don't know that you fucked up, then we're not going to deal with you.
That's a different story.
Thank you, Andy.
But we can still rehabilitate you.
Exactly.
We can still help you understand where you went wrong.
Thank you.
And what you did that was wrong. Okay, so again, keepithandsome.com.
Andy was a bully back in the day.
Not really.
I
was not a bully at all, actually. I was like the happy-go-lucky.
Me too.
Yes.
I was just happy with everybody.
I was class clown, dude.
That's how I was.
I was voted class clown in high school, actually.
Was it an all-boys school?
No,
that's really cool.
I went to Parkway North, though.
Oh, that's right.
Come on, you know that.
Well, that's why you got a hot wife.
Probably.
No, dead serious on that.
No, I know.
Because you learn how to talk to hot girls at a young age, and now you have a hot wife. Look at you. You shouldn't have a hot wife, and you do, because you had girls in high school. That's how it goes. Me too. Who am I kidding?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, kind of.
Or you had a nice-ass car from Bellman.com, one or the other.
Oh, my word.
I can help you, too. BEHLMANN.com.
Yeah.
You know Dan's a wheel.
He's a fucking wheel. He's awesome, by the way. No swinging dicks at that fucking place. We don't fuck with that shit.
Best customer service anywhere. In Troy, Missouri. Check them out online, Bellman.com. Sell your used car. They'll buy it from you. You got the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on one side of the street. Cam's also looking at that pink Jeep.
I'll take
Small wheels, 2-door, soft top. He's looking at that. May want to wait till the spring, although it's pretty good in the winter and the snow, too. So many four-wheel drive vehicles to choose from. Yep. No matter which side of the street you're on. The other side, you got the Cadillac, the Buick GMC. And you got four-wheel drive galore everywhere from the Escalade on down, man, with the GMC, the Yukons. Unbelievable selection. Check it out. Best in St. Louis. We got to get out there, too.
Oh, my God.
I was talking to Dan about that recently. We got to get out there. And we will get out there very, very soon to Bellman.com. So we're on our way before you even know it. Hey, before we get to Dino Ciccarelli, do want to tell people about the hats that we have going on right now.
Man.
CamandStrick.com. Hit the little tab that says shop, and you can get your Cam and Strick hat. And then take a picture, show it to us.
Yes.
Show us what's up.
Just like your chill zone, all that shit, guys.
Yeah.
Bud Light Seltzer, bring it all in, your hair products, fucking keep it handsome.
Do it all together.
Put it all together.
Yes.
Sit in your fucking garage.
Yes.
You're looking over the lake. I don't give a shit where it is. It doesn't need to be expensive. I don't give a damn, dudes.
Yeah.
We're both blue collar, except for Andy lives in the wealthy part of Ladue. But the point is, we want to see it. We want to see it, man. You're supporting good cause, anti-bullying fucking shit. We want to fucking smack these boys around.
That's
so
right.
help us out. Bud Light Seltzer, keep it handsome. And of course, Victor Hockey with these brand new hats. So we get a bunch of new clothing coming out. Andy Strick on what's
we
up,
got a lot of
baby?
cool shit.
We don't fuck around.
No. So, again, get all this stuff in time for the holidays, too, man. For that Cam and Strick podcast fan in your life. Make sure you hook them up. All right, Dino Ciccarelli. He hooked it up, and he brought it.
Yeah, he did, man.
Big time on episode number 100.
Yeah.
Here on the Cam and Strick podcast.
Where you at down in Florida, man? Like, what are you doing down there, dude?
I've been going down at Fort Lauderdale for probably 6-7 years. Just I split at the W Hotel. I split with some buddies. We golf, just hang out, restaurants. I mean, everything's shut down in Michigan. Can't do anything back there right now.
Oh yeah,
I know. And don't you own a bunch of restaurants and stuff down there? Like what's your setup in Michigan? You got a couple bars, don't you?
I had 3 or 4 at one point. I'm just down to one. I've had it for 17 years. It's a sports bar / they do that charity poker, and it turns into a nightclub on the weekends. So kind of a multi-purpose place, but it's been pretty successful. Keeping me busy doing something, you know what I mean? What do you call it? Ciccarelli's? Dino's? What do you call it? That's it. Yep, Ciccarelli's Sports Bar.
There you go.
Fucking right. Look, okay, let me. So, I play in my hometown. People ask me to put their name on restaurants and shit like that. And I look at these restaurants. I know a ton of restaurant owners. We do so much business, Andy and I, with radio and shit like that. It's a difficult process to deal with. Like, you need to know, you have to have a fucking GM that knows everybody, that you could trust. Your bartenders, they hook up people. Like, how do you organize having all those restaurants? Like, do you have to be fucking hands-on or what?
Well, you did at the beginning. The key to it is getting a couple good managers. You know what I mean? That are going to keep an eye on things. And I've had a lady with me for probably 12 years, which is probably my success. I'd be lost without her. You know, I mean, there's shit you got to stay on top of constantly. You know, with staff and hiring and firing. It's, you know, it's like coaching a hockey team. You know what I mean? Yeah. You guys know it's a pain in the ass. I wouldn't want to be a coach because you're dealing with all these different personalities and stuff. So that's why I don't really want to deal with it. I deal with one manager, and you know, as long as we're making money, things are going okay. I'm satisfied.
You know, but you're a Hall of Fame player, man. You had such a great career. Like, always intrigued by your career because you had a certain identity or a brand to how you played. I mean, everyone knew Dino Ciccarelli, always playing in front of the net, scoring big goals all the time. Like, how come you haven't stayed in the game? Like, you watch a lot of hockey, and have you had opportunities to stay involved in the game, whether it's with the Red Wings or whoever?
Yeah, there's no question. I'm a big fan. You know, me and my brothers, we had owned the Sarnia Sting for a lot of years. Mm-hmm. You know, I wasn't really involved, but I was at a lot of games. And then, you know, I live, you know, I'm an hour away from that. Well, we ended up selling the Junior A franchise to Darian Hatcher and David Legwan. So they're running the show now. But myself, I'm involved with the Red Wing alumni. You know, we play a lot of charity games. I mean, yeah, I watch games constantly. So, I mean, I've been a fan when I was a kid, you know, and then even now I love watching the playoffs. Anytime, you know, I'm not a movie guy. So when I'm relaxing at home or something, I got time, I'm watching sports. And if hockey's on, I'm usually watching games constantly.
Yeah, we had Darian Hatcher on, and I've hung out with David Legwan. Interesting. He's an interesting guy, man. He's funny for sure. He's funny. I mean, I hung out with him one time in my life, and I got 1,000 stories, Dino.
He's a piece of work. There's no question.
I know. I know. And Hatch was hilarious. You know, your brother, man, years ago, you can ask him if he remembers this, but I came to Detroit, or to Sarnia. I was covering the Mike Danton situation, and like I was like interviewing him about like David Frost and these guys that were coming, you know, this agent. We don't need to get into the whole story, but I remember talking to your brother. So your brother had a long run there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and my you know, and again, I wasn't so much involved in the whole day-to-day operations. You know, he you know, he loved that. You know, he was, you know, I think he was with, you know, on the board of governors with the Junior A with the whole thing, and he was good friends with David Branch, and yeah, I didn't even really know about that situation until it was brought to my attention. You know, somebody was sending me emails about it, and I was like, you know, I didn't even know anything about it. I just forwarded everything to my brother and their attorney. So, yeah, it was a tough situation. But my brother loved it. You know, problem with my brother is, you know, he's a typical owner that was, you know, wanted too much say. I tried to tell him to keep his mouth shut every once in a while, but he was worried about who was playing on the fourth line or third line and why this guy was on the power play and all that stuff, you know, and that's a slippery slope when you start doing that.
No, you gotta be careful with that.
So you're down in Florida. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, you like to fish? You got a center council down there. Like, what are you doing down in Florida, man?
Yeah, I got a 35 center council Boston Whaler.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm divorced. I get along great with my ex-wife. So I got 3 kids, 4 grandkids, and, you know, just enjoying a single life down here in 83, 84 degree weather.
I know. See, that's
listen,
nice. You're right down our alley, man.
You're just fucking
living life, loving it down in Florida. How do you have 4 grandkids though, Dino? Like, it just seems like yesterday I'm going to the rink, like watching games as a kid, and like the fans are chanting your name. Like, do you hear that shit? The fans would get on you all the time here in St. Louis and everywhere. Did you thrive off of that, or did that sometimes drive you crazy?
No, I love that. It's funny that we say that. I was at a restaurant last night, and and there's these guys from Chicago. They're all staying there, and you know, it took them a while to come over and talk to me, but they're reminiscent about they used to watch me play when I was in Minnesota at the old Chicago Stadium. Mm-hmm. And the one guy just going on, he goes, God, he couldn't believe how much he hated me because I scored every time I played in that goddamn stadium, you know?
And you slashed like 15 guys, too.
Yeah, exactly. Started a melee.
Well, yeah, they had the old Sinclair gas stations in the Midwest there, and their logo was a dinosaur. So every time you filled up your tank, they'd give you, you know, this 3-foot inflatable dinosaur. So they had them hanging around the mezzanine at Chicago Stadium with nooses on them. You know what I mean? So,
oh my God.
Yeah. That's they hated me there, but yeah, I loved it there because I scored. That's probably the one building I scored the most goals.
They used to do that they used to do that to Holy and Oates too. Right, in Chicago Stadium.
They hang them?
Oh, they'd have their like little dolls, like, you know, hung by a noose, whatever.
Hung by, I believe it's hung, not hang.
Hung.
You hang.
What did I say?
You hang a picture. You hung a person. I think.
Yeah. So, and they get a little crazy there in Chicago. Where do you identify yourself as a player, though, Dino? Like, you identify yourself as a North Star, a Red Wing? Like, yeah. I mean, when you answer that question for people,
you know, they don't do that when we got inducted in the Hall. But even though the pitchers were from Minnesota, but you know, to me. I guess I really don't even analyze it like that. You know, I guess I had my longest career in Minnesota, and that's where I got my start. But, you know, the 5 years or so I was playing with the Wings, you know, we were picked to win the Cup every year, and we didn't get it done when I was there. But probably those two towns more than anything, probably Minnesota and Detroit.
So you, growing up as a kid, though, I mean, you played in London. I played against London so many times. Played up in Windsor, like, you know, just fucking awesome town. You dominated juniors. Like, you were 16 years old. You had like 82 points. Who else was on that team, and why did you not get drafted?
Well, I broke. My only claim to fame with Gretzky is when he came in. And was it 76 or 77? It was Wayne's first year with Sault Ste. Marie. And it was my second year with London. And the funny story about that is that we talked about it a couple times when I get together. And when I see Wayne, you know, because I outscored him in goals. I ended up with 70. I think I had 72 goals, and Wayne ended up with 70 goals. So, but he blew me away. He had 200 more assists than I did. So.
But those don't count.
No, they don't. Yeah. So it was the last game of the year, and it was the last game of the year, and we both were tied at 68 goals. And he played in the afternoon and scored 2 goals. And then we played in Toronto, and I ended up getting 4 goals there. So that's my only stat that I beat Wayne in as far as goals go. But that same year in the playoffs, we were in the semifinals. Yeah, just the night before Game 7 against Hamilton, and we were practicing, and I don't know what I still don't know what I did. I caught a rut or something, went into the end boards and broke my femur. So I went from being a high draft pick in that World Hockey, what was it, the World Hockey Association?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Wayne went to Indianapolis, and I was supposed to go to Birmingham. You know, Mike Gartner, Pat Riggin, some of those guys went to some of those other teams. But yeah, so I blew the leg out, and then went through the next 2 draft picks. You know, nobody, obviously, a broken leg, nobody's going to draft you. And the only one I got an opportunity was Lou Nanny. Lou signed me to a kind of a shitty contract and said, let's throw him in the minors, and this guy could score goals before he broke his leg, and let's see what happens when he comes back. So I got a second chance from Louis and made the best of it.
Yeah, it's a broken leg though, man. It's not like, I mean, I'd be a scout. Be like, you can recover from a broken leg. What do they think?
You can.
Would they think your career was going to be over back then because you had a broken leg? Do you know?
Well, it was a pretty bad break. It was high up on the thigh, you know what I mean? And yeah, even the doctors were trying to tell me that it's going to be hard coming back from that. But yeah, it was pretty depressing, you know, in London there, going through like a year and a half. And then I remember my first game back, I was playing for the Knights. We played in Windsor, and you know that rivalry. They still hate London.
Oh yeah.
But it was my first game back, and I remember I got clocked right at center ice. You know, somebody came across and just nailed me. You know, and then I bounced right back up, and you know, I knew the leg was stronger than the other one, so everything was good from there on in.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by CarShield. You know, nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and you know right off the bat you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. Probably kicked the shit out of him too.
Yeah, you probably
got up and kicked the shit out of him. Probably in the back of the legs. But then listen, hold on. But
go ahead.
But then you signed though, and you did play a little bit in the minors though, right before you got a chance to get called up, and then you just kind of took off from there. Did you ever go back down to the minors ever again?
I got called up. I got called up 3 different times. I think I played around. What did I play? I played like 50 games in Oklahoma City, and I scored like I scored like 32 goals, and then I got the third time I got called. I stayed in Minnesota, scored like 18 goals, and then that was the year we went to the finals and lost to the Islanders in '81. I mean that was fun times, and I mean it happened so easy. You know, you think you're going to get back to the finals every year, but you find out that's not reality.
Funny how that works, Dino. Hey, real quick with juniors though, like, you know, a lot of people are talking about hazing shit. You know, like I never went through the hazing stuff. Do you know, like I didn't do it. I felt like when I was young, when I went to Windsor, if one of the older guys said "fucking get naked," and I'd be like, "I'll fight all you fucking guys." Like, was the hazing bad back then? Because it's kind of a big topic now. I just kind of want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was real big, and it was tradition. And yeah, you talk about fighting back. Yeah, like I got initiated 3 times in Minnesota. Remember, and I was only up there half the year, so that's how cocky I was, you know. And for me it was and you're told to just let it happen because these guys are going to do that for you, and it's tradition. But I'm like you, like I tried to fight everybody. I was kicking and screaming, and you know, and then the more you do that, the more they did it. But
like what though, Dino? Like what though? Because like, okay, if you want me to go pick up your fucking bag, if you want me to take your fucking shit somewhere, you want me to go talk to a girl at a restaurant, you fucking A right, I'll do it. Yeah. But did they make you do stupid shit, Dino? Like go into a fucking shower or like, I don't know, weird shit.
Yeah, they did that to me. You know, with me, I came off. I remember I came off practice one day, and because at the old Met Center, you had to climb the stairs. I went up the stairs, and I'm sitting in my stall. It took me about 10 minutes I didn't see anybody else in there, and then all of a sudden, you know, they all came back in the room, and they had the music going, and you know, they all had masks on, and I knew it was coming. Oh, God. You know, that was the old taping you to like a massage table, taping you with duct tape, and you know, and then they're painting you with paint, and the old Bengay and all that other stuff. So
oh fuck.
I know.
What were you doing though? Okay. When they all come in, you're like, oh fuck, here we go again, or you like, I'll fuck all you up.
Well, they were saying like you could take it easy and not fight back, or you know, the more you fight back, the worse it's going to be. Well, I'm not going to sit. I didn't sit there, but I got 20 guys trying to hold me down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 3 times, Dino. 3 times.
Like, hold you down for what though?
Every time you got called up, they do it again.
No, I mean I was just cocky. You know what I mean? You know whether I wanted somebody's job. I wanted to stay. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was pissing off veterans by, you know, basically playing well. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I didn't care. I wanted to be successful, and I was going to do whatever I had to do to stick around. You know, and but guys lost their job because I was scoring goals. But you know, that's the nature of the business, right? So. Yeah, but the hazing thing is, I mean, that went on for a while. I just obviously glad it's changed. You know, I wish it would have been a lot different back then. You know, nowadays, the rookies just take the guys out and buy dinner or something like that, and
go wheel chicks for them. Which is like, oh, you're gonna go talk to a girl? Oh, thank you. I'll go fucking do that anyway. You don't even have to haze my fucking ass.
So, hey, who taught you how to play the game though, Dino? Like, who's responsible for kind of giving you, the kind of the roadmap for how to play, get to the front of the net? That's where you're gonna find, the loose change and whatever, and be successful scoring goals. Like, how much did you love scoring?
Well, as a kid in Sarnia, you know what I mean. You guys know the deal. You guys did the same thing. You had a passion for the game. For me, it was, I always loved scoring goals. I remember as a kid, I always liked scoring, roofing the goal up in the top corners. You know what I mean? So, and that just drove me. And then, and then the drive to score goals or not get intimidated. Like you try to tell these kids nowadays, everybody's these bigger guys, try to intimidate you. You guys know the game.
Oh yeah.
And once you learn all that stuff, and you got as much right to stay in front of the net, fight for whatever you want. You know what I mean? And that just drove me. That drove me more to be successful. And the more I scored, the more I wanted. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's a little bit of a lost art now. You know what I mean? So,
isn't it weird though, Dino? When you're when you're playing at that in that year in that era of hockey, intimidation was everything. I mean, it really was. It's so much, and of course you have to have the speed and the skill, but everybody in that level has that. But if you're intimidating, you get to the next level. And for you, were you like, I don't give a fuck. You can intimidate me. I'll eat it.
And that's when you could say I don't give a fuck, and you got guys like whether it's Scott Stevens or Ben Wilson or Al Secord or fucking who else was there? There was
even Hatch didn't Hatch get you in the, he got you in the eye with his stick that one time. No call, by the way. Yeah. And I thought you did lose your mind. I thought you were going to lose it a little bit more, Dino.
Well, I was blown away on him on a breakaway. He was trying to catch me. He couldn't catch me, so he ended up turning his stick over. And obviously, he didn't mean it. And then, he caught me running under the eye. And then when they reviewed it and everything, he ended up getting 10-game suspension for that. But that was scary. That was probably one of the scariest injuries. But Hatch was a little pissed. He was a little pissed because I blew him away there on the breakaway.
We talked about that with Hatch, I believe, too.
A little breakaway speed there from Dino. So why did they trade you? Why did you move on from Minnesota? You ended up moving on from there. Like, what led to that?
Well, I was there 8-9 years, and they, Bellows was coming on, and I was there 1 year with Modano. And usually, the numbers, they had excess right wingers, and they figured, I don't know if you remember that trade. It was me and Bob Rouse for Mike Gardner and Larry Murphy.
Oh yeah.
So I see Murph all the time in Detroit area because I always give him shit that I tell him I got traded for 2 Hall of Famers.
So it's a confidence boost.
And we threw in Bobby Rouse too. So, but no, I mean you move on. I moved on. These guys came to Minnesota. And I went to Washington 4 or 5 years. I had some good years there, and then my contract was up, and David Poyle wasn't going to give me the same money basically that Gardner was making, and then they made it a trade. They traded me to Detroit. Brian Murray. I don't know if there's. Brian Murray was a general manager. He was my GM three different times. I don't know if there's been a GM that's traded for one guy on 3 different teams. So, and that's what he did, for me.
Damn.
Keenan might have.
He wanted
you never know.
Yeah, Keenan
probably traded for somebody.
Lou might too.
But listen, when you went to Washington, we won't spend too much time on Washington, but you played with some great players, like some recognizable names. We just had Jeff Courtnall on. But like Dale Hunter, who's a legend, obviously, with London. Like, I don't know what your connection is with London still today, but Scott Stevens and all these guys, man, did you enjoy playing there in Washington?
Again, we had a great team. We had a great team for 2 or 3 years there, and it just, the saying, the best teams don't necessarily win every year. Like I told you, we were picked to Detroit 5 times, and we were picked in Washington a couple of years to go a long ways. But, Rod. Our defense was sickening there too, like it was at Detroit. But we had Langway, you had Stevens, you had Hatcher. I remember Neil Sheehy was there, Kelly Johansson. But we had a solid team, and just didn't get any. You need your goalie to stand on his head, and you need some luck, right? And
That's right.
Stay injury free in the playoffs. But no, Hunt's is from my area, hometown, and I don't think there's another player. There was ever another player like Dale Hunter. This guy would fight you. This guy would kill penalties. This guy was on your power play. This guy was your face-off guy. Like, can you name anybody else that did? Maybe Bobby Clark, but who else in the league that played the way Dale Hunter did? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and catch you with a hit and shit.
Oh yeah, everything.
Yeah, man. It's everything added on, just like you did. Like, you score goals and you fuck with me, I'll get you your fucking ass. It's just
but I just started shit and then I got the hell out of there.
Yeah, but still, to be able to start shit with putting up the points that you did, like, you take your intimidation factor and you take it to a different level, man. Like, you just did your shit, dude. Trust me. And you know exactly what I'm talking about with that, and especially in that era. But when you went to Detroit, though, and you're hanging out with Probert and all of a sudden some of these Russians started coming in. I know it was a little bit later, but like, how was that whole setup? Were you like, oh fuck, we pretty much have everything? And how was Probert too, by the way? Go ahead.
Probert was great because we had a little knit group that we played poker all the time, and it was Probert, myself, Paul Coffey, Ray Shepard. Who else was in there? Mike Vernon. We had 6-7 guys, and it's Slava Fetisov. We had like 7 guys. We played poker constantly. But I remember getting traded and coming to Detroit and thinking to myself, because obviously I'm thinking, how am I going to get on the number 1 power play? You got Lidstrom and Coffey on defense, and then you had Slava Fetisov too. So, but anyway, you got Lidstrom, Coffey on defense, and then up front there's Yzerman, there's Fedorov. There's all kinds of forwards, right? I feel like it changed a little bit of my game because, Fedorov and Yzerman are kind of your half-wall setup guys, right? And that's kind of what I was a little bit in Minnesota. But I think that's where I changed more. You know what? If I'm going to be on the number 1 unit, somebody's got to get their ass in front of the net, So that was our power play. Can you imagine? Those couple of those years, we had the number 1 power play. I mean, it's just like almost every time it was automatic, I
know. You guys were unbelievable. And like Scotty Bowman as the head coach, though, like, how did he handle all the personalities? Like all the Russians coming in, like Cam said, but Fedorov was scoring 56 goals one year, I think. You play with him. He scored north of 50 one of the years you played with him. But all the future Hall of Famers, all these great superstars, how did he handle that so masterfully?
Fedorov, yeah, he was my centerman. He was. I played with Yzerman, Fedorov, Neil Broughton in Minnesota, Ben Gustafson in Washington. Great centerman, But the thing with Scotty, everybody thinks, me and Scotty fought, and the misread with Scotty. And if I ever coached, I'd be like him. He was think about it. He's trying to get the best out of each player. Being nice to guys doesn't necessarily bring out the best, maybe 90%, but there's other guys, like, people don't know in Detroit, like Stevie was ready to, he wanted out of there. He couldn't stand Scotty Bowman. Coffey wanted out. He ended up getting traded. I was pissed off because we're going into the playoffs and Scotty wanted to rest me, and I didn't, I'm too stubborn. I didn't want to rest. I wanted to play. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, so I kept my mouth. If I would have kept my mouth shut, I probably would have won a couple cups there, So, but he's a magician, what he could do and how he got the best out of everybody, And he did a solid job, though, for sure.
So was that hard for you to move on and then see them win cups, like after you left?
Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal, to be honest with you. And because my family, I went to Tampa, and even though I went to Tampa and I had a great year. I think I scored 40, and I was voted. I was on the first All-Star team. It was me, Gretzky, and Lemieux. And I got voted on by the fans. So personally, and then we missed the playoffs in Tampa by 1 point. So I come back because my family's in Detroit area. So I come back to watch the guys make the run and win the cup, and that city went absolutely crazy. So obviously happy for the city and happy for the guys, but it was a little bittersweet,
Yeah, I know. Hey, let's talk about the new Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy drinking hard seltzer that comes in 4 delicious fruit flavors. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and Cam's favorite, mango.
Oh,
With only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and less than a gram of sugar, you might as well have a few tonight or this weekend. Go to BudLight.com to buy Bud Light Seltzer online. Must be 21 years of age or older. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Now, back to the interview. But the games, the Red Wings versus the Avalanche, man, unbelievable. Watching that rivalry form. And then to see Claude Lemieux hit Chris Draper. And we had Lemieux on the podcast too, man. But
talk about you.
You know, the handshake line, Dino, you said you can't even believe you shook his hand. It pisses you right off, I think was the exact quote. Why did you shake his hand? Did you say anything to him in line? And does that still stick with you today?
Well, I've got to meet him a few times. He's actually a good guy. You know what I mean?
He is.
We had that rivalry game in Colorado. Fuck, I don't remember. When was that? That was when we're all retired. But I think that's why the NHL, I think, stopped having these NHL alumni at these outdoor games because we outdrew the actual, you know, the Avalanche Red Wing, you know, the real game because everybody wanted to see the guys from the you know, the rivalry and everything. But the thing it was game 6 in Colorado, and we're down game 6, and it was 3-2 or 3-2 in the third period when the Draper hit happened. And, you know, guys are all focused on the game. You know, the hit happens, they take Drapes off the ice. Obviously we knew it was a cheap shot and everything. The rivalry started. So we lose the game. Okay. We shook hands. Now we're in the dressing room, and that's when the rivalry started. We saw the extent of the injury on Drapes' face. You know, It was like you couldn't even recognize them. It was that bad. And then that's when everybody, you know, and then of course I was pissed and getting interviewed, and I said, I can't believe I shook his fucking hand when I just seen what he did to Drapes. And then, you know, obviously then I get traded that summer, but everything mounted up to the next time they played, and it was the beginning of the next year, and then that fueled that whole thing for the next 4 or 5 years. But his face looked like somebody took a knife and cut it down the middle and just pulled the skin over. You know what I mean? You couldn't even recognize the guy.
Yeah, well, it's like his face will always sink down for the rest of his life because he like cracked his over. Like it's just a horrible thing. But when you see that and you get traded, though. Are you still pissed at Claude? Are you still like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up? Like I love Drapes, he's my buddy.
For me, it continued. So I'm in Tampa, and and then when I'm playing with the Lightning, and we were in Colorado, so because Patrick Roy was fucking with me constantly during that playoffs too. You remember? I don't know if you remember with the goalie stick between your legs and you're in the nuts.
Oh yeah, Dino.
He got me so many times. So. For me, it was 2 things. So we played in Tampa. So the flashbacks came to him. He did it again in Tampa. You know, we were losing like 5-2 to Colorado late in the game. And I turned around and I just suckered him. Like his mask went flying, and I look over to the bench. Here comes the whole fucking, here comes Adam Foote and everything coming right after me. Right. So, and all the boys, I remember they told me they were all watching it back in Detroit. They were all laughing their ass off. Yeah, it continued for a while. And even 8 years or whenever it was, we had that alumni game in Colorado. I think the headlines in the paper the morning of the game was Adam Foote says, I still hate Draper.
But take me into the dressing room before the alumni game, and then on the ice, did it ever get chippy? Because I remember it did with the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs, right? Gary Roberts and Draper were kind of going at it a little bit. So did it get heated at all during the alumni game or no?
Well, I was part of both of those because me and Drapes were on a line in that Toronto alumni game. I don't know if you remember, but it was 2-2, and then because there was no slap shots allowed, and then we went down on a 3-on-2 in Toronto, and the Drapes dropped the puck, and I took a slap shot. And then Cujo made the save, and then fucking Drapes scored on the rebound. And their whole bench, they were going fucking crazy, right? Because they wanted the goal disallowed. But then that's when the shit started in the corner with Roberts and Drapes and everything. So, you can't take it out of the game. But no, the game in Colorado got a little chippy. It was intense, because people were talking, and Borky ran me a little bit in the corner. There was some hits. There was some hits going on and some chopping and stuff, but I think a lot more people, and that's what the fans thought it was going to get maybe a little more out of hand than it did. But it was very competitive for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Well, we definitely need him down with the Blues alumni skates, Andy, so he could fucking start some shit when we do all these big boy things. Well, we love it, man.
No, come on down, Dino. All right, listen, I got to ask you about the stick swinging incident, like Luke Richardson. Like, after the game, like, they end up pressing charges and whatever.
Yeah.
Dino, like, when do you get word that all of a sudden this is becoming serious and this is going to be an issue off the ice? Like, when do you start hearing about that?
Well, because it was so political. Because it was a fan. It was a fan in Maple Leaf Gardens that somebody that started the shit, and it went through the process, And then next thing you know, I'm in court, and and it's a media circus, and flying back and forth, and then at the end of it all, I get, I remember the judge. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you've seen the thing. It was an offside, and Luke kind of cross-checks me after the whistle just above the pants. I look over to the referee, there's no call, so I go over to Luke. I'm not going to fight him. I got my stick up, right? So, and I'm thinking he's going to get his stick up too, but, he didn't do anything. So anyway, I ended up hitting him like 3 times. and then I punched him, and then I jumped on him. And actually the judge said, he goes, I can understand the stick, like three times. He goes, but then you punched him and then you jumped on him, we're basically saying I didn't have to do that. So anyway, yeah, so I had to, I spent like 4 hours in jail signing autographs with the guys. And then they let me out. I come walking out down, I'll never forget that, downtown Toronto at the courthouse there. I've never seen so much fucking media in my life. So,
you're a rock star.
But yeah.
Wait, so he sentenced you to a day? So you did 4 hours? You didn't even sleep there overnight, or what?
No, it was just the I guess how it works. Yeah, I just got to go in there for paperwork. I had to go in there for a few hours, and it was more of a media circus. I don't know why I got sentenced to a day. You know what I mean? Just the principle of it. You know what I mean?
Well, were you thinking though, like, fuck, I might have to go to jail for this. I might have to fucking slang some shit. I might have to get into a group, a gang. Like, were you thinking about that? Like, which group am I going to go into? Ciccarelli? Like, what? The Italian group? Like, what?
Well, I knew if they were going to do something, it was going to, it was just, I'd have to go. They'd slap my hand, and I didn't actually think I'd have to go in the fucking jail cell, And there was 20 or 30 guys in there. We're all in there, They all knew what was going on, and they just I don't even know what all these guys did in there, but they were pretty cool. All they wanted to do was fucking get some autographs. You know what I mean? So
what are you signing? What are you signing? Their jumpsuit? What are you signing?
Pen? Are you allowed to have a pen?
Did they have Sharpies there? They have like autograph, like our pictures of you, or what? Do you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think the guard might have had some paper. I had some pictures and. No, there was no. They weren't in jumpsuits or handcuffs or anything like that. It was kind of relaxed a little bit, but definitely behind bars. So, but
only in Canada, like a hockey player goes to jail and he's signing autographs for the guards.
No shit.
I love it.
Yeah. Don't go to jail down in middle Missouri.
Yeah. Like Kevin Stevens or something.
Yeah,
Stevens. No, like something ain't right with that picture though. Like fuck, I'm 5'10", Luke's fucking 6'4". You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
And Luke slashed 15 guys that night.
Yeah,
so who cares?
I didn't know if it was jail worthy. I'll tell you that. I was a little surprised.
Well,
I've done worse shit than you. I mean, I'm joking.
Well, and then what happened was, and then no kidding. But then what happened after that? Because I think. And then when Huntz went through his shit, then they circled back to revisit what I did and what, and then I hang around with me and Bertuzzi golf all the time in Detroit together. Bert, he's actually coming down in a couple of days. We're golfing, but then remember Bert went through his shit with Colorado, right?
Oh yeah.
So, but every time somebody goes up, and then they bring up my shit, and I'm like, oh god, here we go again.
Whatever.
You guys are
Dude, you were in a fucking moment, Dino.
Exactly. Hey, listen, man, we had Brad May on with us. Who, I mean, he had some comments to say about that whole situation with Bert. Tell Bert to get his ass on the podcast.
Yeah, we want Bert on, man.
He's trying to get his ass on.
Hey, Bert, you know what? Just remind me later, because Bert's awesome. Bert will be great on your show. He's got a million fucking stories.
Oh,
I know. And he was so good too, man. He used to hang out there in front of the net like you did, except he's twice your size, though. That's the difference, Dino. But he would still do it. So you think that some of these off-ice, incidents, well, it was an on-ice incident, but you getting, all the hoopla surrounding you going to jail and all that. Do you think that contributed to you having to wait as long as you did to get into the Hall of Fame? Like, what were you thinking then?
It was out of my hands, I was told. But, I mean, I got calls for 8 or 9 years in a row from the media, and they were like, oh, this is a year you're getting in. The only time I really pushed for it, and I guess I missed it by a slim margin when my dad was dying of cancer, So I thought, God damn, if I'm going to get in, this would be cool before I lose my dad. But, it wasn't meant to be. It was 3 years later. But, I mean, you get excited when you get the calls and they're like, hey, you're going to get in. And then you got to wait. So, I mean, when it happened, it was awesome. You know what I mean? And, because listen, we grow up as a kid wanting to play, wanting to get in the NHL. You never think of, you just want to be a player in the NHL as a kid, right? Or score a goal. You don't, and then when you get there, you want to stay there for a long time. It's not about making money or you just want to play in the NHL. You want to you're a kid. And then once you're established, you're on a team. Now you want to win a Stanley Cup. And in our sport, you don't get to celebrate anything unless you win the ultimate prize.
Yeah.
And, I said that in my speech. I wasn't one of the lucky guys to win the cup. There's a lot of great players. It's successful just getting to the NHL. And if you're lucky enough to win the cup, that's a bonus, And for me, I never got to really celebrate anything for 20 years until I got elected to the Hall. So, and then you can kind of just sit back and, and celebrate your career kind of thing. So,
time to talk about our boy Dan Bellman. Bellman.com. That's with 2 N's, not one. BEHLMANN.com. Hey, check out the new inventory. Check out the pre-owned vehicles. You looking for a Chrysler, a Dodge, a Jeep, a Ram? How about a Cadillac or a Buick GMC? All in Troy, Missouri. Get your new wheels in time for the winter. Now back to the interview.
Well, what? Okay, fine. You don't want to celebrate anything, and you have such an unbelievable career in the NHL. Like you being in the NHL, you probably should celebrate that. But did you save your money? Like, were you making good money? Like, how did you save everything? Like, how, were you like right when you started making a little bit of money? Were you like, okay, I need to take this and put it away? Like, how? And if there's anybody that's making it right now, what kind of advice would you give to them as far as the money is concerned?
Well, the money's ridiculous for some of these guys, and it is great. So I'm not going to bitch because I didn't make good money. Like Hatch made great money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right place.
We had him on.
Right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I was scoring 40 goals a year. I was probably 4 years behind. The $7, $8, $9, $10 million contracts.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not complaining. The most I ever made was, like $1.6 million, $1.7 million, and it's still good money. It's great money at the time. You know what I mean? And I saved. I mean, I'm not super rich. I got money, but in terms of comparing to, what I made and the era, it was just timing.
Yeah.
But again, ultimately is, shit. I was a kid, I watch games today, and I love watching them right at the end, and especially when the guys win the cup, because we always dream of winning the cup, whether I'm 60 years old now or whether I was 10 years old. And I still feel the same way. This is crazy. Then you sit back and think, Jesus Christ, I was lucky enough to play for 20 years. You know what I mean? And satisfying. You know what I me?
No, for sure. Hey, listen,
damn right, no.
Coaches are making more than 1.7 now. I mean, it's crazy.
Shit.
Assistant coaches.
I know, it's crazy. But, listen, we talked to Scott Mellenby about that. Like, he played 20-plus years, never won a cup. Like, at the end of the day, you got to be proud of your career, though. I mean, Dino, you see you had 1,200 points. Some guys play a half a year. They play 50 games in their career. right place, right time. They end up winning a Stanley Cup, and they always have that ring, but they don't have your career or anything that comes with everything you've done, being in the Hall of Fame and all
going
that.
To jail.
So going to jail,
adds on to your coolness.
They don't have that. They don't have that, Dino. So I mean, I'm sure you're proud of at the end of the day everything you accomplish, right?
Oh yeah, there's no question, and you're right. I played a little bit with Scott when for the Florida Panthers. So yeah, there's a lot of guys that had great careers and didn't win a cup and didn't get in the Hall of Fame. I kind of toasted those guys because I was one of them for 10 years. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of players that have had like great careers, and I don't like JR. You guys, I'm sure you guys did Jeremy, he didn't win a cup, did he?
No.
Oh, we talked about it with him.
Although I think he told us he won 3 though. Actually,
he said he's better than you. I don't know what that means.
No, he never won a cup.
So yeah, but so you can go there. So you got guys like just off the top of my head, you got JR, you got like Dale Hunter, Kachuk. Like how about Neil Broughton in Minnesota?
LaFontaine.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a ton of guys, and so
Andy.
Yeah, I mean yeah. But no, I mean again, I'm not going to bitch. I'm fortunate enough to get in and play 20 years and. Especially after breaking my leg, so I got a second chance at it. You know what I mean? And I'm very grateful. No question.
Made all these scouts look stupid.
Yeah, 38-foot fucking center counselor. You're good, man.
But listen, here's the best part of it right now. So Joey Kosher, you had Joey on, right?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
So Joey's a great guy. So
he was splitting wood with his bare hands.
He was in the middle of fucking nowhere,
Tino.
We could barely hear him.
Terrible cell reception, by the way.
Poor guy.
Listen, you should see this guy hit a fucking golf ball. It's crazy.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably breaks it in half.
Yeah.
But if you can picture, because we hang out too in the summer. He's got a boat too. We're hanging out at his house, and we're on the water. I remember we had a bunch of drinks, and everybody was telling stories. And the funny. So Joey's telling stories about, I think it was a penalty shot that he took, or it was some kind of goal that he got. Okay. So the funny thing about it, Joey's telling stories about him scoring goals. And then I'm telling stories about, like if people have told me, if you Google best sucker punch ever, if you Google that, guess what's going to come up?
It's your sucker punch on.
It's with me on fucking Ciccone.
Enrico Ciccone.
Enrico Ciccone. I remember.
He's a lefty, big lefty.
And you got him good there, Dino.
So listen, I made a career of scoring goals, not fucking fighting or starting shit. But again, here's Joey Kosher telling a story about him scoring on a breakaway or something. I forget. And then me getting in this fight with Ciccone. It wasn't a fight. Have you guys seen that before?
Oh yeah, I saw the video.
Dino, of course we have. Damn right.
So, but listen, what you don't see in that game against Chicago, that son of a bitch was poking me all game, and now there's like a little mini brawl on the ice, and he's 6'5", and I can see him, and I'm 5'10", and I can see him. He's looking for me. He's coming over towards me, and I said to myself, if this guy, what am I going to do? Drop my gloves? He's going to kick the shit out of me.
Right.
I said, this guy gets anywhere near me. I said, I'm going to fucking sucker him. And sure enough, he kept coming. And then I said, I better make it a good one because he'll eat me for lunch. And you saw the result. I got suspended 4 games for that.
I know. And
4 games. Who gives a shit?
But what I noticed the most though, Dino, like I'm trying to remember all the names that were on the ice at the same time. Like I think Paul Coffey was out there. Maybe Constantino, like all these guys, man.
Constantino, yeah, everybody. Primo, remember Primo?
Primo went crazy.
Yeah, but Dino,
Primo was standing beside Ciccone. Fucking, they're both monsters. They're both 6'5".
I know. But, hey, you know what? Real quick, Koster, when he was on, he says Bob Probert should be in the Hall of Fame for being the best ever at what he did. Like, you think that's a stretch?
And make an All-Star game.
And he made an All-Star
all that shit.
You know, but
listen, I agree. I agree 1,000%. You know, that fight in New York. I told you we'd play poker all the time, right? Proby sat beside me on the plane all the time, and because we played poker. So, and then that particular night, leading up to that rematch with Domi, you know, sat with me on the plane. I'd never seen the guy so focused in my life, so quiet. Even before that game, And, you know, the whole world knew it was going to happen. And, you know, it just so happened that the face-off was right in front of our bench in Madison Square Gardens. And that's where the fight started. And we could see everything, and you could hear everything. Like he hit Ty, he hit Ty like 12 times in the head. You could hear that noise, right?
You could feel it. You could feel that
you
noise.
Could feel it.
Yeah.
But you know what, Probert, probably one of the best fighters ever. You know what I mean? And surprisingly, the guy had great hands too. He really did, for, you know, making plays and scoring goals too.
Was he a good, like, so yeah, I remember that fight, and then like remember Stevie Y. Eiserman as the captain jumps up on the bench and fucking waving the fucking belt to Domi, because Domi did the first time, and then Stevie as the captain, as the guy,
which seems very un-Stevie-like.
It's so
for a guy who doesn't
un-Stevie-like.
know Stevie, you know.
And he's up there like, that's how well, the point is, that's how emotional everything.
It really was, and yeah, that was probably one of my highlights of my 20 years. That whole rematch about to happen in New York, but. Like the whole world knew it was going to happen, and the league, you know, nowadays they would probably frown on that shit, but the league knew it was going to happen. They let it happen, and it was great for the sport. There's no question.
Well, wait, real quick before we get in a couple more things with you. I know you want to go on that boat and catch some fucking blue marlin and get about $50,000 for that bad boy, because I know that's what you probably do.
No, I'm going to a nice Italian restaurant, drink some wine.
Oh, good for you.
There you go.
Shit. No, now I forgot what I was going to ask you. Well, with the whole Probert thing, like, were you buddies with him? Was he like an easy guy to talk to? Like, everybody, he's such an enigma to so many people and so many, like, you know, ex-tough guys and shit like that. Like, how was he as a person?
Well, again, I played against him all the time, and I remember in Minnesota, like you know, when everybody was different. You know, when you're in the dressing room and the coach puts up the lineup of the other team, and you know, see who you're playing against. For me, I looked at who on that roster is going to end my career. You know what I mean? And when I was playing against Probert, it was like, you got to watch out for this guy, because he's fucking crazy, and he'll end your career. You know, Ben Wilson was another one for me, and Al Secord. You know. And then when I came to Detroit, you know, he was like a teddy bear, you know, he'd come up to me and he's like, hey, just do your shit. Anybody comes around you, he says, I'll be right there. You know, I'll never forget those words. You know, how nice is that? Huh? You got the champ, basically, you know, go do your stuff. Anybody fucks with you, I'll take care of it. You know what I mean? So, and then again, over the years, we were he was a poker player, and we sat together all the time and played cards for the next 4 or 5 years, and you know, we had great teams. We just didn't get it done.
Hey, who's the one defenseman who you battled the most with in front that you absolutely hated? He hated you, and you knew it was going to be just an absolute night just to get through the game battling with this guy.
There's probably Ben Wilson was one of them, but Secord for me, even though he wasn't a defenseman, but I played in London 4 years. He was playing for the Finn Cups for 3 years, and we went at it like crazy. And then he goes to, we went to Boston. I was in Minnesota, and then every time we played each other, and then when he was in Chicago and we were in Minnesota, we played each other like 12 times, and it was just like. You know, he's probably the one guy, but as far as a defenseman and a goalie, for me, it's got to be like the Ben Wilson. Like he was nuts, and goalie wise, Patrick Roy. You know, we had it.
Yeah. Never heard of him.
15 years we went at it. You know, so.
Yeah, you know, you were crazy. No, you were fucking crazy though. Like. What separated you was you would turn around and whack guys.
Well, you give it back.
I'm
have surprised you and Hextall didn't
That's
have
why you're
any,
a Hall of Famer, dude. Because you got your broom.
Well, but that's how you. Again, it goes back to you guys were talking about this before. The intimidation. Like if you stand up for yourself, eventually, these guys, they know you're fucking crazy, and they leave you alone. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So. And that's the respect you had to get. Unfortunately, it cost me being suspended, you know, a bunch of times. But you know, guys knew if they fucked with me, I'll turn around and give them a fucking shirt across the head.
I'll motherfuck you.
Andy Strickland and Cam Jansen here for you for GadgetBuyback.com. Yeah. Gadget Lab, they got a store here locally if you're in St. Louis, 5541 Telegraph Road. Here's the deal. You got an old phone, maybe a cracked tablet. Maybe it's perfect, but it's a little bit older. Turn it in right now. www.gadgetbuyback.com. Upgrade your devices, phones, computers, watches.
Anything.
Doesn't have to be Apple either.
No.
Get those tablets turned in. Again, www.gadgetbuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Now back to the interview.
Yeah.
Hey, but 600 goals, though, man. I mean, where'd you score your 600th goal? Is that like I know you didn't win a cup. What's the highlight of your career before we let you go? Is that it when you look back on it? Obviously making the Hall of Fame, but
coming on the podcast?
That 600 number is so big, man. I mean, how much do you appreciate that now?
Listen, like I said, you dream about winning the cup, and my dream was the best thing I like about when watching the whichever team wins the cup. Like I've watched this when I'm 10 years old, 8 years old till I'm 60 now. Because the best part of it is watching the guys and they got their dads, you know what I mean, in the room, and they're celebrating with their family. I mean, obviously I dreamed of doing that, and as stupid as it sounds, I still do. But but for me, because I wasn't able to enjoy, drinking out of the cup, is probably my 500th goal, which was a big deal. My dad flew out to Los Angeles. Oh. And me, Fedorov, and Kozlov were on the line, and those guys set me up with Kelly Rudy was in net. So I scored my 500th in L.A., and then the whole team, we went out and celebrated. I'll never forget this. We had the whole team, because we had 3 or 4 days off, and we're going to Anaheim. Picture this. The whole they dropped the bus off at a country bar in Anaheim that was open till 3 a.m. We all had suits on. And my dad was there, and Steve Eiserman bought cowboy hats for everybody. But anyway, that was a highlight for me. That and my 600th goal. Again, my dad we were actually in Florida for that, and I scored on Ozzy. He's still pissed off that
we had him on.
We had him
on. We have everybody on, Dino.
He was doing the dishes the entire show.
We all get the best on.
And they were watching like
he was
Dora.
Doing the dishes.
Oh yeah, they're like watching Dora the Explorer or something. I don't know what the hell.
He was a homemaker that day. It was very bizarre. He was great. But you bring on you're walking in the bar with suits on, but that's kind of cool in Anaheim.
Hey, let me ask you this, Dino.
All the girls are looking at you like, what do you do?
Is Osgood a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely. Ozzy should be there. And again, there's JR should be there. Dale Hunter should be there. There's so many good players. Well, yeah, there's so many good players that I've had great careers, but Ozzy's won a few cups. So, I don't know. It's not fair sometimes how they do it, but I definitely think he should be in there. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
You and me.
Well, you belong in there, man. We're glad that you're in. They finally came to their senses and got you in there. Yeah. And you had a great career, man. Always enjoy watching you.
God, you were one of my favorites, Dino. Right. You're the man, dude. Right. And you know what? I'm coming down to Florida, and I'm getting in that center console. I'm getting in that fucking center console. I'll pack a cooler. We're all good, baby.
So real quick, a couple days ago, my other buddy lives down in Isle Morada. We went sword fishing.
Ooh.
You ever catch swordfish?
They're fucking terrifying, dude. They'll fucking impale you.
Yeah, but there's like 1,000 feet deep.
Really?
And then, but have you ever eaten swordfish?
Oh, I have. Amazing.
Yes. Oh my God! Like we chopped them up on the steaks and put them on with olive oil and some spices, and it's fucking amazing.
Looking over the water, doing your shit.
What are you? You're like a chef.
Wait, what music?
Are you the
Dino,
cook?
Let me ask him.
Hold on. Are you the cook at your bars and restaurants?
Can you cook? Can you cook?
I can cook when I've had a few cocktails.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
What music do you? Real quick. When you're jamming out in Florida, you got the bayous in town, you fucking caught a big fish, you're grilling out, you're fucking. What are you listening to? Pink Floyd?
I'll tell you though, when they gave me a liquor license, when they saw a news article that I always ran the music in the dressing rooms, and I said I'd like to open a bar. So they Shelby Township, Michigan. So they gave me basically $100,000 liquor license, said if I would open up a bar there, which I did. So I've had it for 17 years. You guys got to come in town. our governor's got us shut down right now, but
I know.
I've had it for 17 years, and on Friday and Saturday night, it turns into a nightclub. And you talk about what kind of music that I play, and we get Friday and Saturday nights, we get 700-800 people in there, and it's just packed. And it's usually 3-to-1 girls.
Oh, Lord.
And then you say
Andy doesn't like that. He wants 3-to-1 guys.
No,
Hey,
but listen,
you
you asked me what kind of music. So the key to my music that I've had for 17 years, and the best advice I got, look, if you can make 80% of the people happy and make sure the bigger percentage girls is they want to hear all the dance stuff.
That's
So
right.
my music is going to, if you come into my place, you're going to hear a lot of Pitbull.
Okay. He's a worldwide. He's Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, yeah.
He's Mr.
All that
Worldwide.
dancing.
Yeah,
you got to take care of the girls. They dance, and then you know what? We're the suckers that follow and buy all the drinks.
Well, fucking right we are. Damn right. I love it, man.
Don't be a sucker.
Don't be a sucker. Hang out with
So you guys are welcome to anytime. You're
Hey man, we're gonna make it.
We'll
we're
be
gonna
hitting
make
you
it.
up.
And
We'll be hitting you
tell Bert to answer his text. We're calling him.
No shit. Yeah,
Well, hit
Bertuzzi.
me up, and then seriously, he'll be here. He's staying with me on Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
We're golfing here.
We'll
You
text
know I will.
All right, Dino.
All right, Dino. Thanks,
Go back.
man.
Go fish tonight. The family's hungry. Go out in the ocean and go fish. Let's see you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
See you,
See
brother.
Dino.
Take care.
Everybody.
See you guys.
That was Dino Ciccarelli. Dude, everyone knew who Dino Ciccarelli was, and everyone hated Dino Ciccarelli. If you were a fan of a visiting team, you absolutely despise this guy because he would just completely
Torture you. No shit.
But he's the guy who you always wanted on your team, and I love watching him play because he's always in the mix.
Yeah,
like
fuck.
a small guy, unbelievable in front of the net. He took so much punishment, man. Back in the day when you really did. Like now, these guys that do it in front of the net,
Like,
I give them all the credit in the world. But still, you don't have like,
no man, this
a
cat.
6'6" defenseman just putting his stick like in the back of your head.
Yeah,
you know?
and getting away with it too.
Getting away with it.
Now
It's
you're
not
getting
even a
fucking,
penalty?
You're getting fucking 2 and a 10 for now. Like
Oh
this
my God.
motherfucker had
You
to,
get
like,
you breathed on him. 2-minute penalty for breathing.
Wait, time out. Did you look at Dino? Dino just slashed me in my fucking neck. Well, you looked at him, so we're getting you a penalty. Like, fuck that. Like, this cat was fucking hardcore, man. In front of the fucking net.
Yep.
He should have won a Stanley Cup, and he didn't.
Should he have gone to jail for a day?
I don't know.
For what he did to Luke Richardson?
Yeah, he fucked Lukey up. I like Lukey, too, man. We're going to get Lukey on our fucking pod,
You know him?
too. No, but I'm going to act like I do. Hi, Lukey. I love you. But the point is, like, he's a handsome cat, so I like the guy. But Dino, on the other hand, not very handsome, but fucking was hardcore.
Are you thinking of Luke Robitaille or?
No, Lukey Richardson,
Okay, just
homie.
making
He's
sure.
got that long fucking
No, I'm
black
making
hair,
sure.
dude.
I know.
Dude, I
Making
know my
sure.
shit. The point is, Dino's awesome, and when Andy's like, "I'm gonna get Dino," I go, "Fucking get this guy, dude!" And he took a while to get on, and all of a sudden, he's
Dude, I tried.
He was awesome.
I've been working on this
Yeah.
for like several weeks because
He's
he
a
was
badass
traveling
kid.
a little bit. He
It's
had
a bad kid,
had some
dude.
personal
Awesome
issues.
kid.
He was. Yeah, bad isn't good. Yeah, he had some.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he had some other situations that he had to get through, whatever. So he wasn't available right away.
Yeah.
But you got to be relentless.
That's what you do.
You got to
Andy.
stay on it.
That's
dude.
how you're my
stay on it.
bulldog.
You got to stay on it.
I give Andy shit, and I want to fucking smack him in his face once in a while, but he's a fucking bulldog when it comes to this shit. We get big boys on, man. We get the best.
But usually you don't have to be a bulldog. You just say what.
No. How about you just be a fucking bulldog?
Want
like
to
I
come
said.
on? Want to come on?
When Andy asks you, and you come on, man. That's how it goes. When Andy asks you, you say yes. Apparently, that's how the trend goes. But Dino came on, and we're excited about that. And he was chilling in Florida, fucking in the center console. I go, what kind of fucking boat you got?
He's got Todd Bertuzzi hanging out.
I go, fuck, you got a center console? He goes, shit, yeah. He's like, I got fucking 300s on the back of that mug, dude. He's cruising around fucking bluefin fishing, doing this shit. Fucking, that's what I want. You grind it that long.
Bluefin?
Blue
Marlin?
Blue Marlin. Andy, stop correcting me.
Fucking dolphin.
It doesn't matter. The
dolphin
boys
fishing?
know what the fuck I'm talking about. But the point is, like, when you grind that long, I want you to be set up. Like all these hardcore cats, although you went to jail, you did this. He
didn't like go to jail. He went there for
give
4
a
hours.
fuck what he did.
And he signed autographs.
Exactly.
So Canadian.
He's so badass. It's such a pimp move.
If that incident took place against a team that was in Toronto, it probably doesn't blow up the way it did anyway.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well,
but
probably not.
I look at the guys.
Did McSorley go to jail for what
Yeah, he did, dude.
Did he? He did?
Yeah, man.
On Brashear?
Yeah, you fucking whack Brash right in the fucking temple, dude.
Oh, I know the play, but he went to jail for
believe
that?
he did, homie.
I don't know if he did. Double check that.
Want to bet on it?
No, I don't want to bet because he may have. I trust you.
Well, then
I
trust me on it.
don't remember.
So the point is, I want these.
How do you remember that?
I don't.
You don't remember about
Can't
the
I just
bartender
say-
trying to wheel me at the bar yesterday. You don't remember that yesterday, but you remember.
The bartender
McSorley?
the bartender wanted to wheel you because I said, look at Andy's teeth. They're wider than mine because I fucking chew every fucking day. And she's like, I love Cam because he's a stud, but
she didn't know who you were either.
I feel bad for this little 5th grader, so I'm going to fuck with a cute smile. So I'm going to flirt with him. Here's the point. Dino Ciccarelli, cats like that, man. Like, I want you to like live a good life. You fucking grinded it, dude.
Yes.
Like, that's how I look at it. He does.
He's got the restaurants, though, man. Listen,
they're
all the
fucking
people.
losing it,
I want to do something for the people in the restaurant.
I know, man.
I do.
We do already, Andy. We do our radio show in St. Louis for fucking restaurants every goddamn day. But as far as like the big restaurants in like, North America, like it's tough to jump in on that, but we can if you want to.
What are you thinking of? Like, you have any ideas in mind? Or?
Well, I don't know which restaurant's struggling that needs our help. Like, is there a Canadian? Look, guys, like,
a lot of them, dude.
Here's the deal.
I'd like to hear from the restaurant owners and the business owners.
Okay, we help.
Can we give you a shout out? Is there anything we can do for you?
Thank you, Andy, for this. Honestly. Because we do so much shit in St. Louis for restaurants. Like, they have Andy and I go there. We do this. We shake hands. We kiss babies. Whatever the case is. Andy stands in the corner while I do everything, of course. But the point is, we help out restaurants. So if there's a restaurant that you want us to give a fucking shout out to, maybe it'll help. Like, we'll do anything for you guys. What do you need? Like, we're here for you. We can't take advantage of the situation. Like, I can't do too many crazy things. But Andy and I are like... We help you with your goddamn problems. If you have a drug problem, I'll talk to you. If you have a fucking addiction problem, I'll talk to you. You're down and out, I'll talk to you. Like, what do you need? Like, we'll help you. We can't do that much, but we'll try something. So just let us know, man. We get it. We get the game. And if you want to talk about how to be a cuckold with your wife, Andy will talk to you about that.
I'm not comfortable.
If you want to hire a boat and then have some fucking 18-year-old stud cuck your wife all fucking day, ask Andy about that. He'll tell you.
How do you know what that means?
Look up Pornhub. You'll be fine. You might get turned on by it.
You still watch that a lot? You still?
It's better than cheating on your wife.
Doesn't that still like destroy your computers?
Yeah, it does.
Give you a virus?
Oh my God, I'll tell you this right now. Whenever I get done doing it, I'm like, okay, I hate myself.
I'm like, I'm afraid my wife will find that.
I'm like, my fucking wife's working. I'm like, okay, my computer's going to the bottom of the fucking Mississippi River. Good luck looking up my fucking history.
Better clean that shit.
No shit. Well, the Mississippi will do that.
Yeah.
Fucking
probably dirtier.
Fucking bull sharks in that mug.
Your computer's dirtier than the Mississippi.
No, the Mississippi's like, get this thing out of here. It's disgusting.
It's like, this is the grossest thing to ever come in my water.
Why is it?
The Mississippi is dirtier today than it's ever been. Let's go live on the scene and tell you what they found.
Look at this chemical imbalance in the Mississippi
What
River.
did you find?
Jesus Christ.
There's been something new that's been found in the Mississippi
River.
It's the dirtiest the river's ever been. In fact, it's coming out right now. What is it?
What is this? It's green mold.
It's a laptop.
It's Cam's laptop and cock holding situation.
Oh, my God.
Andy's wife and the pontoon boat's involved. All good. Here's the deal. You're going to make a lot of money off this, Andy. It's all good. But if you have a bad... If you have a bad computer, throw it in the Mississippi River. It's all good. It'll go down there. It'll go down to New Orleans.
All his little computer friends.
They all hang out.
They're all swimming together.
Jesus.
All the little laptops.
Pathetic. We're pathetic. Anyway,
you're so nice. Come on now. I'm trying to get you to transform yourself.
Will be normal?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
You need a kid. Okay.
We dump more loads or something?
Well, we're going to work on that.
Are you going to help me?
Can I tell you who the
with
greatest father is in the league right now?
What?
Jacob Slavin.
Why? He's got 15 kids?
No, he just they adopted a little child and everything, like a little African American little girl. She's absolutely beautiful. He had this video that he put up the other day. Her laugh is the great. I want to bottle the laugh.
Should I do that then?
Just keep it forever.
Should I adopt a little African American girl?
Well, it doesn't have to be. You can adopt anybody. I think people who adopt kids are really cool, man.
I'll do that. Kate and I, we might do that. I'll do anything.
I think adoption is very cool.
I think I'd be a cool dad.
My wife sent me a note or a text the other day that a kid was. This is like something you would see on a movie. Was left on the side of a road with a note in like a blanket.
That's usually like a little kitten or something that you'd snag up.
What do you think they should do to the person who left that kid?
No, I'll take care of him. Can I take care of that guy?
5 minutes in the...
Can I get that motherfucker?
5 minutes in the
Can I just
cell
get
with
that motherfucker just a little bit? You're going to drop your
still have it in you?
I'll fucking... Oh, you kidding.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. I act like a pussy. I do.
Do you?
Yeah. I always do.
But are you?
No. Because people always...
Can you really get mad?
Because everybody's like, Cam, you're so fucking tough. I'm like, no, I'm a pussy now. I'm a pussy. But if I really sat back and thought about it, like, if somebody fucked with my wife or my family... and I had to go into Rambo mode, I'd be pretty good at it. That's it. If you're gonna come in and you're gonna like kidnap my wife in front of me, I'm gonna get you, motherfucker.
It may not be right away.
No, I'm gonna get you. I drink. Listen.
Text me, honey. Let me know where he takes you.
I'll tell you this right now. I've been dead serious on this. I dream about weird shit all the time. Listen to me.
What do you do before bed, though?
I listen to music videos.
Do you eat bananas?
Yeah, I listen to music videos.
Because bananas will give you those type of dreams. You know that. You don't know anything.
You eat fucking kale. Shut the fuck up.
You don't know anything about what you can eat before you go to bed that gives you these dreams, vivid dreams.
I listen to music videos, but then I'll dream about saving my wife, my lovely wife who takes care of me.
On a white horse.
In the fucking depths of hell. Some hillbilly cocksucker, pardon my language, down the road, kidnaps my wife, and I have to dig through the depths of hell to save her. And I get shot.
What does that look like, the depths of hell?
The hell of all hells. Go down to Dante's Inferno. Play that video game. Dante's Inferno.
What is this?
Listen to me. I'm not a religious guy, baby.
You're not?
Dante's Inferno, where he has to save, I think her name is Bertrice. And he's got to Bertrice. He's got to go down the depths of hell and fight monsters to save his girl. I would do that. This is a video game? It's a fucking video game, and I think it's in the Bible, maybe. I don't know, but I played the video game, and I'm like, I'll be that motherfucker. If somebody kidnapped Kate, I would do. Oh my God.
Well, no. You know what? Because when stuff like that happens, that's why people.
If they kidnap,
they call it adrenaline, I think, right? That's why people can lift cars when a car is on top of a kid.
Exactly right.
You find that internal power that you didn't even know you had.
That's exactly right.
That's what happens.
You ever see those videos?
Like you may be tougher than me. I don't even know if you are, but you might be.
Jesus.
But if
you look like Cindy Crawford with that fucking zit on your fucking face.
It's not. I got a high stick in practice.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Zit, you fuck.
It is not. I got a high stick in practice. You're calling me Sidney Crawford. Cindy Crawford.
Why not give a fuck?
You're a male version. Because you said Sidney Crosby first.
You're not hot.
You said I look like Sidney Crosby. The bartender said I was.
She felt
a hot
bad for
skater
you, dude.
boy.
She
called me.
Yeah, like any bartender's like, I want those skateboarding guys. They're really cool. That loiter.
And I told her, I said, Cam doesn't know.
No, I don't know.
Like most kids, like
teach me how to wheel. Teach me how to wheel.
Most
broads,
kids skated as a kid.
It's fucking 10 years old. Doing
while you were hanging out with Chaz or whatever, I don't even know what you were doing.
I was bringing 40-year-olds, and my dad would take a dump. And they would go into the bathroom and get the fuck out of here.
Is this when you were living with him or
with my family? And I'd wheel 40-year-old women back to my parents' house. My dad would be taking a shit, and the girl would have to go potty, and my dad would walk out in his underwear and see a 40-year-old woman, and be like, "Oh hi," and he'd go in the back, go back to bed, and she'd sleep with me.
God. Oh, would she?
That's normal. That's what normal people do.
Okay, so let me tell you.
But
basically, if you did something to my wife or one of my, I would find the strength to
oh God, yes,
overpower you.
No, just like I watch these like crazy videos where like a psycho, like a helicopter would fall over in a lake, and you have to save the guys, and the guy would have this big Hawaiian guy would have to lift a helicopter up to save people. Like you get crazy strength. So my point is, if somebody did that to Kate, like I dream about like crawling in, killing everybody, just like a movie or Game of Thrones where you have to save somebody, kill everybody and save her, lifting her out of the ground where she's all muddy and gross, and I fucking lift her up like, oh, I got my girl.
Yeah,
I will do that.
Okay. No,
is that good. Weird to think about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Am I weird?
You stop playing the video games.
Oh, fuck.
Stop playing the video games.
I would save her from the depths of hell. From the depths of hell.
You're getting too old. You have too much time on your hands to play video games.
I know.
You need to be doing other stuff.
Like what?
Like making money for the podcast.
No, that's why I give you half the company.
Make a damn sales call every once in a while.
I don't sell myself. You sell me, homie. That's how it goes.
What did I say to you the other day? We had a meeting. We don't want to talk about what it is yet. It's a great company we're bringing on board.
Great company.
But I said, we don't really know these guys, but so maybe make yourself look a little presentable in the morning, because let's not look like we just rolled out of bed, whatever. You never know what kind of like image they want for the people who are their ambassadors. Mm-hmm. And you go, what'd you say? I can go on there without a shirt on. And they don't. That's for you. You need to look nice. I can look however the fuck I want.
I can look the way the fuck I want to look, Andy. You need to be presentable. That's the bottom line. I bring the fucking heat, and that's it. Let me be entertained. You look fucking nice. I'll wear no fucking shirt, and they'll pay more money. The fuck on.
They'll pay more money. Hey, we love the sponsors, man, and we We love all the sponsors, and we'll take more sponsors. But we have a new campaign that we're starting, dude.
Yeah.
That is Canada Dips.
I love it so much.
This is a campaign to get not just Cam, but those of you,
all you guys,
the construction people, the businessman. I know who you are.
I know.
All y'all. You know what? You're hiding it from your wife too. You're hiding it from your wife.
Thank you, Andy.
You're chewing in traffic.
You're
chewing
Andy.
in traffic. I know what you're doing.
You're acting like
you got the mouthwash in the car.
No, Andy, you're acting like I'm going to go get ice cream for the fifth time today.
But
no,
you want to have a dip.
There it is.
You want to have a dip.
There it is.
And so let me just tell you, there is a healthier version out there. There's a Now, they've got all these flavors, man. First off, Canada Dips. Great tasting. I've been all over it, by the way. I've been trying to taste it and trying to figure out exactly what's going on with the Canada
I'm trying
Dips.
to get guys off chewing. Andy's starting it now because he's trying to be cool. It's not cool. Go ahead.
This is not nicotine. It's not tobacco. There's zero nicotine in here.
It does make you look cool when you have a little.
This is the best alternative to traditional dip that you're ever going to find, ever. And it uses CBD in a way that's radical, enjoyable, and effective. Now say that. Those
radical, enjoyable, defective.
Effective.
Fuck.
It's not defective.
I said effective.
Okay, listen. It's all flavor, and the flavor lasts. You know that gum that you chew, and all of a sudden, this is really good. 5 seconds later, no flavor. You don't find that with the Canada Dips. This lasts a long time. No tobacco, no nicotine.
Who the fuck chews gum anymore anyway?
I don't know. The pouches though that are spit free, so it's not gross. Here's the flavors. Listen up: wintergreen, mint, citrus, American spice, my flavor,
I like that.
and mango. They've got mango.
Motherfucking mango?
They've
got fucking mango?
They've got mango flavored CBD Canada Dips. Get yours today. www.canadipscbd.com. CanadipsCBD.com. They're open 24/7. And they're in a lot of different stores too, all around. So be sure to look out for that. Traditional dip, though, man, it's a hassle. It's gross. It's disgusting.
Your teeth, man.
It's
it rots
unhealthy.
Your teeth away.
It's addictive.
It doesn't give you that little satisfied buzz.
You know what?
It doesn't.
Here's the deal. It's addictive. It's messy. But let me just put it this way to people. It's also over 100 years old. Like, it's so old. Like,
it's so
seriously,
old-fashioned,
get
dude.
out.
Thank you.
Will you please progress to modern times, to what we're doing right now?
Absolutely
you
right,
don't
Andy.
need to put chewing tobacco in your mouth when you have nicotine-free alternatives that taste just as good and really do the trick for you
and your
anyway.
breath smells fine.
Yes.
And when you make out with your girl, she's not like, I got chew in my mouth because of you psychopath. I'm like, my B girl, what's up?
All right, now you want to know what's in it, okay?
Yeah.
Because I mean, Cam doesn't. Let me just tell you right now what's in it, okay? 100% American-grown hemp. American-grown hemp.
Get that in me.
That's
homie.
like George Washington stuff back in the day.
Give me that shit.
Okay, George Washington, he used to grow hemp. If
you know who that is?
George Washington?
Do you?
Yeah, I do. And he used to grow hemp back
How
in the day.
big was he? How tall?
Oh, man.
How tall was he?
It's been a while since I've seen
How
him.
tall was George Washington?
I don't know. Tell me.
6'2".
Was he?
Yep.
That's all you know about him?
I know a lot about him.
All right, so listen, here's what they've done.
The apple
Canada
tree
Dips,
had nothing to do with anything.
But let me just say this, though. They developed a way to deliver CBD through the mouth that no one else has, that you can actually enjoy it. They use coconut fiber, which is super cool, all other natural ingredients in their formulation. So check it out, CanadipsCBD.com. Order yours today. Get yours in the mail now so you can participate and be a part of our campaign to quit chew. Cam's got to quit chew. Yeah, you can still put the tin in your back pocket.
Yeah, it looks good.
With your tight jeans. You kind of look cool. Oh,
when
he's got dip in his back pocket.
When you walk into the fucking rank with the fucking bag over your back, like I'm a fucking bad motherfucker. I might be hitting cats tonight. And I got that fucking chew hanging out my Lulu pants. I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to walk in, the boys are going to be, what's up, baby? I'm going to high five everybody. I'm going to throw my dip in. Yeah. And no one knows shit. I don't make a mess. It's not addicting. I'm doing the right thing. And my broad will make out with me when I get home after I score a fucking baker's dozen.
Okay. If you ever show up again.
I know.
That's the big question. So anyway, so check out Canada Dips, and we'll have more about that coming up in 2021. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get you healthy. And not as messy.
I need to be healthy.
Are you ready to go with this?
Yeah, my wife wants me to live a long time, man.
All right, dude. Let's do it. All right, Cam and Strick Podcast, as always, is brought to you by carshield.com. Get that coverage and get it today. Sign up. Get it long-term if you want it long-term. Get it short-term if you want it short. You can customize it the way that you want it. 800-857-2481. You never know when something's going to go down. There is no warning sign, Cam. They don't say, today you're going to get a flat tire. Today your engine's going to go down. Today your computer is going to go out. There's no warning sign. You never know when it's going to happen, but you better make sure you have that protection so you don't get stuck with the bill. Again, 800-857-2481, carshield.com. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%. I know it's embarrassing. You
might get late at night,
okay.
To be honest with you.
It really.
So
mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%.
Mention it to your wife.
It takes like 2 seconds to write CAM. Honestly, it's not as painful as you think it might be. You just say it.
The wife knows.
You just say, you really.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. So I want to hear from people who have gotten Car Shield too. Let's go. Tell us about your experience with Car
I know
Shield.
my experience where they hooked me up.
I know your
experience. It was fucking
too.
embarrassing.
You had to use it like.
They're like, goodbye, Cam. Goodbye.
They're like, Cam,
I'm like, bye,
how many
everyone.
times do you need Car Shield?
Like, Cam's so rich. Like, he's so wealthy. Like, he must be waiting in the show. Bye, Cam. Like, bye. And I get in my fucking truck, and he goes, grr, grr. And they're like, oh, Cam doesn't have a truck that works. Like, he's a loser. I'm like, fuck.
It's okay. No, we're just going to hang out for a few minutes.
We have a limo service picking this up. No, you don't, you psycho.
That's funny.
You're fucking broke. I'm like, oh, God, maybe you're right.
Bud Light Seltzer. Get the holiday season going in the right direction right now. Get your Bud Light Seltzer and get those ugly Christmas sweater packs and get all the variety packs and all the flavors you need for this holiday season. Strawberry, black cherry, lemon, lime, and mango.
Mango. I fucking told you. Mango.
Let's see those pictures in your chill zone, too, man. We're getting lots of those, man. We love the pictures from all the listeners. Love all our listeners.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby?
That's right. Let's
do this shit.
So the Christmas parties are going on, though, man. You want to impress people. Do it the right way. You got to get some Bud Light Seltzer at the Christmas party.
Seltzer.
Okay? Unquestionably good. BudLight.com. They'll mail it to you. Still will get it in time for Christmas. I know everything's kind of slow, but you'll still get it in time for Christmas. I promise that. Just like the Cam and Strick hats, by the way, which we've been shipping out. I want to tell people about that. We got all these different colors, collaborating with our boy over at Victor Hockey, at VictorHockey.com, Victor Hockey USA, on Twitter and Instagram. We've got some hats available, so get those today. I do want to tell our Canadian listeners, because some of the Canadians were like, yo, what's up? It's not available in Canada. We can't have it shipped to Canada.
I know.
You now can. You now can. We have switched it. Listen, we'd never forget about the Canadians,
dude,
man.
That's our
we would never
baby,
leave you
dude.
behind.
That's our baby.
But you got to bear with me on something. We don't control the shipping. Like, the shipping is a little pricey to Canada.
I know, man.
We're
just starting with the shit.
No, but like, we don't determine what we charge for shipping.
We're just getting started.
That is the fee that we get from the United States Postal Service when we ship it out.
Fuck Canada. I'm joking. No, we love Canada.
Don't say that.
I'm kidding.
So anyway, any way you support, and you want to get a hat and whatever, I get it. But I also understand that the shipping's a little pricey, man.
Of course
I get
it
that
is.
too.
And they get that guy.
Yeah.
Look, all the guys get that. Yeah, we're just joking with everything.
All the Canadians, though, like, if you ever order anything from the U.S., you understand, man. You got to pay that shipping, man. All these duty fees and stuff like that. I know.
Like, if we look, we're gonna get way organized.
I got to fill out like forms and stuff to send.
Well, we're gonna hire people.
I'm just sending a hat.
Can we explain to
people? I'm not sending fruit, no liquids.
Listen,
it's a hat.
Not drugs, right?
No drugs.
No? Oh, okay. Well, I was just wondering about that, because keep those for us. Here's the deal. It's tough. We're just getting started, guys. We love Canada. We love all you guys. We talk about you guys more than anything. We just have to figure everything out. We're just a starting course for us. This is our a fucking preseason game of getting shit out. Like, it is what it is. We're gonna hook you up. We have our logo, which is so detailed. It's so fucking difficult to make on anything. That's why it takes us.
But now I got people
making. I'm just saying. But like, our detailed caricature of Andy and I is so fucking detailed with so many colors.
Several different colors.
Exactly. So it costs so much money. So we're like, we have to keep that. So it just takes so longer, guys.
But we're doing it.
We love you.
We're doing it.
We love you all.
Yes.
My DMs are fucking open.
Yeah.
You call me anytime for anything. I'm a psycho. I get it. I get the game. Let's go.
Okay.
DMs are open, baby.
All right.
Andy's are not.
And keep. No, they are. They are.
He's got 3 kids. I'm not. I got nothing.
No,
I need to talk to my.
But I'll still
You're
get
my
back
family.
To you.
All you guys are my
get
family.
Back to you.
You're my family.
Cam sits around the fire.
Yeah, I do.
Well, somebody message me so I can talk to somebody.
And they do every second of the day, and I love it. Keep it up, baby.
Okay.
I'll talk to you.
No, do keep it up.
Yeah,
I
love
don't
it.
care if you
I'll take care of that
message
business.
Cam, dude. I'm a team
You take
player.
care of making money. I'll take care of the fans.
Team player.
It's all good. Motherfucker.
Be a team player.
I am. Dude, what did I just fucking tell you?
Okay. KeepItHandsome.com. Keep it handsome. Hey, we don't talk enough about the shampoo and the conditioner, man. That's why you smell good, though. It's the hair products. The hoodies are great, and I want everybody to have a hoodie. Cam's wearing his right now for a record, like 27th day in a row. It really is amazing.
I need another one.
I mean, what does that thing smell? What does that smell like?
It smells like fucking sexiness.
Should we auction that off?
Like when I hug Kate tonight, she's like, "I love you. You're handsome.
Like Cam.
You're balding in the back of your head, but I'm not looking at it.
You must really like Fight Ugly. Because you wear your hoodie
like, Cam,
every
you're such
day.
a badass. Like, I love you. Like, I'm a sweetheart, but I love shit kickers, and I'm going to make love to you. I want that penis. And I'm like, fine, you can have it. That's fine. Fine.
Do you have to take it to that level? I mean,
well, what other level is it? Do you want my finger? Like, what?
Okay, so listen, the hoodies are badass. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And it's a great cause. So in addition, real quick, the shampoos, the conditioners, the hair gels, the wax, the foaming creams, all that type of stuff.
The beard gel that you don't use?
No, the beard moisturizer that I use every single day.
For your non-beard?
Every day. Well, you can use it as aftershave or just
God.
to smell good, man. I mean, I love putting it on my face. It just makes me feel good. My skin feels good, even though I look like Cindy Crawford right now. But it's amazing.
Why do you have that mole on your face?
It's not a mole.
It's a zit.
It is not.
Is that a herpes? Cut it like I did Junior's. Remember I did that and it spread everywhere.
That's so disgusting. So listen,
I did that.
This is what Cam talks about to the bartender yesterday. He's telling her the story.
Of me getting a zit.
And there's a cute little salesperson behind us. He's telling her that too. I'm like, why are
about
you,
my herpes?
Why are you ruining these poor
Because
people?
women,
they don't want to hear that.
No, when you look like you, they need you to be humble. Well, they don't. You need to be cocky when you look like you, but when you look like me, you can be humble and talk about the fucking herpes on your lip that you cut open with a knife and then your first.
Terrible.
I know
That sounds terrible. You shouldn't do that.
I still got leaked.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so get the
probably
fight.
Some mutant.
Get the Fight Ugly hoodie. KeepItHandsome.com. It supports anti-bullying, and a portion of the proceeds go to the Montreal Resource Center. So that's what it's all about. We support anti-bullying. The ugly can be anything, but it also is the bullies. But it can be cancer.
Could be anything.
It can be.
We'll fight it.
It can be somebody like these idiots, these complete absolute losers who would steal from Walter Gretzky. They're ugly as hell too.
Fuck boys.
And one of them's a cop.
She
should never be a cop ever again.
She fucking snagged it, dude.
Do you know? Is there anything more criminal in Canada than stealing from Walter Gretzky? Honestly. Like,
jail,
what's worse? What's worse? You may get do they have the death penalty
Like,
there?
when you go to jail and you steal from Gretter, you're fucking
like, you are fucked. Like, they're waiting for you.
Those
they're like,
shit-kicking
what?
motherfuckers.
You did what?
Dude.
You stole from Gretzky?
Those hardcore fucking Canadian boys are like, I'm going to fuck you
up. Of all the things you could do in Canada, that may be one of the worst things that you can
even the guys
do.
in a fucking joint are like, I love Wayne, and he still helps me get through the day.
Exactly.
And I'm going to fuck this guy up. This guy's fucked. And so is she, man. And she's a police officer, which we fucking back like no other. But you fucked up, girl.
My favorite Christmas.
Well, I'll give the police officer the benefit of the doubt.
Why? Because you don't know the real story
because
yet.
she's a police officer, and I'm going to give her benefit of the doubt a little bit.
Okay, well, no.
A little bit.
Don't give it. Just say, hey.
Just a little bit.
I don't want to say the benefit of the doubt because you don't know if she's guilty or innocent.
A little more.
But let's just say, hey, I want to let this play out.
The other motherfucker.
If it's true.
The other motherfucker, but you're a police officer and you fucking help save lives.
Yeah, but
listen to me.
What if she's guilty?
Motherfucker, listen to me.
Guilty?
Then she's fucked. Then she's fucked. But when there's a police officer and some dick boy,
I can't believe
that's because
you're so short-sighted.
Oh, am I?
I mean, that's what they teach you over there in where are you from? House Springs, wherever. Is that what they teach you?
Police officers?
Well, you can do that.
Yeah, I do.
But
so my point,
some police officers commit crimes, dude, too.
Maybe she's struggling because of coronavirus and she can't fucking has to. Oh,
so let's go steal from Gretzky.
I don't know.
That's the way you do it, and it's okay for her, not the other guy. I think you should just stop.
How about you fucking riot and bang up a fucking Walgreens and steal fucking Percocets and sell them instead? What's the fucking difference?
Why would you do that?
Well, everybody else does.
Do they?
Yeah, go to Seattle. How's that going?
I don't know.
Go to major cities.
Why are you deflecting?
I'm just saying, if there's a dipshit and another dipshit, and one dipshit's a cop, I'm gonna see what the cop's all about first before I look at the other dipshit.
Well, that's just the way you see it.
And if the cop's a dipshit too, and it's legit, and I'm like, fuck you then. But if maybe she had I don't know.
Okay.
But the cop gets the fucking benefit of the doubt first until I know otherwise.
I don't know, man. I mean, they're releasing her name and everything.
Oh, she's fucked, dude. She's fucked. I'm trying to give her a benefit of the doubt, but she's
I don't know why you're doing that, but whatever.
Well,
Okay,
well,
so
compared
anyway,
to the other guy, I'm like,
KeepItHandsome.com. Get your hoodie, get your hair
maybe
products.
she saved some 3-year-old's life because she was choking.
Is there a better stocking stuffer than KeepItHandsome.com? I don't think so. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
You know what else is?
What?
A car from Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Dan Bellman hooking it up. He's in the giving mood. And here's what he's giving you. You got an old car, you got a used car, whatever. You say, hey, I don't know what to do with it. Dude, they will buy it from you today.
Yeah, they
You'll
will.
drive off with a beautiful new set of wheels. You have so many options, too, with Bowman. Not only is he an OG when it comes to hockey here in town, man, always supporting the boys. This guy has so many different options for you in time for the winter. The Cadillac, the Buick. Cam's looking at the Buick Enclave. Pearl white with captain seats.
I'll take whatever.
And you got the GMC over there, which we all know that they've got a bunch of shit kickers. And then on the other side of the street, man, the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They have so many options for you. So, again, check it out, Bellman.com, and get over there, man, and see what great customer service is all about, because it'll hit you right in the face.
Yeah, and
You'll
they
be
take care of St. Louis, too, man.
Yes,
Like they do. The youth hockey and all that shit.
These
God
are
damn.
great people. Great people.
No swinging dicks coming out there. We all know that.
No. And you can send your wife there by themselves.
Thank
and all
you,
of that.
Andy.
All of that.
Thank you,
Okay,
Andy.
all y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This has been episode number 100. Get those hats from VictorHockey.com. We collaborated. CamandStrick.com. www.camandstrick.com. Get your hat, and we'll ship those off to you and do it right away. So get those hats, several different colors to choose from. This has been episode number 100.
Woo-wee.
We've hit the century mark.
Yeah, we did, baby.
On
Doing
the
good.
Cam and Strick podcast. Thank you, Dino.